to do the thing, and we are live, people. Yay! Look at that. Everything's working. You love to see it. All right. So before we hop into things, does anybody need a recap of what happened last here at Aegis
We
Academy?
all fucked.
It'd be smart too. And no, we're not. We're gonna be fine. We're gonna be so
You
fine.
were the first one to die.
Oh wow, thank you. You know what? That's fine.
All right. Well, for a quick recap, members of Team Moonshadow are moving into the northeast quarter of the city as they are following their prisoner, guide,
Your
accompanier,
ally. It's all
And-
gray areas.
the Lord of Hell himself, Asmodeus, returned to the material plane, thankful to the guidance and assistance of one Luna Shadir, as she requested that he come with her and pulled him back with her through the divine gate, which was a little bit dangerous, to say the least, for her, but she survived. She didn't die.
Just like that.
After a few encounters as the capital of Teleria is being overrun by demons of all varieties and devils, Asmodeus has agreed with team leader Sin to a deal that allowing him the freedom to act as he chooses to, but he will continue to try to aid them as he sees fit. There was a brief encounter with Wanda's father, Lord Razin Orsova, a vampire lord, who happened to also been here for Winter's Crest, that ended in his lieutenant having his head smashed like a grapefruit. To say the least. So with that, you all are entering the northeastern part of the town where Sin has been able to realize and recognize from his dreams premonitions that that is where it looks like some large avatar of Asmodeus would appear. And ideally, the idea of using this Asmodeus versus what they fear might be their one-time companion Tempest that had been set freed and possibly has caused all this chaos and destruction. So with that, as we're making our way back through the actual streets of Teleria, I want to say, Sin, are you having yourselves go through the main streets or through the side streets?
We've had a large group and we've been kind of trying to direct people back.
Yeah.
So I feel like regardless, we were moving through the main streets.
All right. Sounds pretty good. As you've been making your way out through things, you notice there have been a lot of different people that were eventually coming out to you, but now you're noticing that the streets seem kind of empty, other than, unfortunately, the amount of bodies that are being seen on the ground. And the unfortunate smell of death and even the beginning of decay for some of them that have been easily probably slaughtered sometime over the past 2 to 3 hours since this has occurred. On the bright side, though, even though you can see creatures flying around in the sky off in the distance, none seem to be willing to approach Asmodeus anymore.
That's good.
You're not exactly sure why, but it feels as something is different currently at the moment, as you can almost feel that there's a different energy about Asmodeus as you draw near to the northeast side. So, with that being said, as you guys are drawing north to that quarter, I would ask, which direction are you looking to take? Are you trying to go through the main roads, which will have you go north near the castle and then east to the docks? Or are you looking to head kind of in a direct pattern through the side streets if necessary to try to get there as quickly as possible? Or would you be looking to head east towards the docks and then north along the docks?
East first, then north.
All right. Then as you're heading east, you would actually see it coming down the way that you are coming up towards a small group of people that look like they're dispatched a fair number of demons. You recognize one of them being the armored fellow that you saw before with the shock of blonde hair and the silver. in the large silver armor and shield and sword, and the woman that was with him. But now you see a couple of other people. You see one that looks to be a bit more of a large, rough and tumbled, for lack of a better word, half giant. It's probably the best way you could describe him, being a fairly larger guy with a huge double axe. You'd see a smaller woman that looks to be, actually you'd recognize immediately as you see her kind of turn towards you. She has kind of this snow white fur and this black kind of skin tight outfit of maybe leather or silks or something of that way, and her white kitsune tail behind her.
Ooh.
Along with a second kitsune, with kind of has a kind of dark blackish brown fur with kind of streaks, who looks to be in the middle of some type of argument with Chanceladon. And you see another young boy that seems to be dressed in a fairly nice kind of shirt and vest and slacks. Also, you're echoing just a little bit, Hassan.
Ooh.
All right. But as you see that, they turn around and you see Chanceladon immediately look you out and say, "Ho ho! Hello, friend." It seems that, and you see him kind of stop as he realizes who's in front of you. And they immediately take a combat stance.
Oh no. That's not smart.
I do not know from where you've come, filed fiend, but you shall be vanquished.
Oh no.
It's cool. He's cool.
And you see there's kind of this long pause as he kind of looks. Make a diplomacy check, Luna.
Haha. Oh, wait. Ooh. Apologize.
No apologies are ever needed unless they are asked for.
I do ask while I'm bringing up my character. Is Henry's place anywhere on this path?
Henry's is actually back to the west of the actual school. You would have been closer to it when you guys first left the school, but heading this way, you've gone in a different direction.
And my diplomacy is a 28.
With that, you see him kind of give a look. Surely you understand that this is some type of vile fiend that walks before you. To which
It's not in my head.
I can sense the evil radiating from it, the malice.
Evil doesn't mean our enemy at this moment.
And you see the kind of dark, the dark furred kitsune kind of look around and kind of like look at all the demons. Are you sure you know where you're? And
No.
you can see the young boy kind of takes some glasses, kind of looks at him and says, "Clearly they must be under the influence of this malicious creature."
Please no.
As the older man, who looks to be almost like a grandpa version of the young boy, is kind of like looking in a book and says, "If I didn't know any better, I would say that is a demon lord."
Yeah.
Not just a demon lord, the demon lord. With an exasperated sigh.
To which Asmodeus gives a kind of delightful bow with a smile. "If you riffraff would be so kind as to get out of the way, I'm kind of in a hurry to see my son." And at that moment, you see Chanceladon kind of take up his sword and pull up his shield. And says, "It is I, Chanceladon, Knight of the Realm, Defender of the Soil, Protector of the Crown, and the Savior of reckless rogues. I shall defeat you here and now, and save this plane from your existence."
Can we put a pin in that, please?
Help us. I feel he is here to help us. He is not here to hurt you, nor has he yet. He hasn't hurt any of us. You would be the instigator here.
You see Asmodeus kind of laugh like, "Have I hurt someone?" And you see him kind of look at his hands and kind of put his red hands up to you like, "This kind of doesn't look good, does it?" Surely
Yeah,
you all
then-
won't allow me to be harmed by these vagabonds, will you? Have at you, vile fiend!
Please, no.
Yeah. Can I step between Chanceladon and Asmodeus, just kind of like with my hands out to the side and be like, please, we're not enchanted by him.
And then you see him kind of lower, make a diplomacy check at advantage as your Aegis students. As he kind of gives a brief moment of kind of a quick look of confusion as he's watching you, but you notice he's also watching Asmodeus behind you. Keeping Asmodeus in eye line. And you also notice that the rest of them have kind of moved out and kind of flanked into a position of a semicircle in order to make themselves more difficult to hit, with the old man and the young boy kind of sitting in the middle.
Thank God, that's an 11 and a 20. Diplomacy of 6 for a grand total of 26.
All right, so with that, he kind of takes a moment and kind of looks at you. I do not know what vile trickery this beast has done to you, but if you can honestly say to me that you trust him and he has not harmed you, then I shall let you pass. To which you hear the fox say, wait, what? Wait. Demon Lord, hold on. Demon Lord, champion paladin of gods. This is your thing. Like, this is your wet dream. What do you mean we let him pass? We put him down hard and fast now, and then hell is wide open for us to go steal, liberate its riches.
Right,
You're
right.
like, that's bad. Dealing's bad.
That's why it's liberating. We're saving it.
How are you saving it if it's not yours to begin with?
It couldn't have clearly been his in the first place. There's no way that he got ill-gotten goods.
Well,
You have no
Just-
proof of that.
but
To which you just
You know
hear
what?
Asmodeus say, yes, I have actually taken and stolen quite a massive fortune back home.
oh, God.
That's
Yeah,
not
but we're
helping
not. You're here to stop Tempest from causing this. Then you can take him home. And from that point, I don't know. I don't want to know.
To which you hear the female kitsune look at you and say, tell me, little one, what exactly is this tempest?
Can I just kind of prattle off all of the names that Asmodeus gave us to basically end with the son of Lord Asmodeus?
To which the old man gives a nod and was like, that's right. It's his son. Clearly, though, if you're here, that means that the divine gate must have been breached, which means...
Yeah, which means we need to hurry the hell up.
Yeah.
And you just see the old man kind of look like, oh, it's probably far too late for that.
Well, then, damn.
It's interesting, though. You can see him look up. If the divine gate has been shattered, that means that Tharazun should have been consuming the world by this point. I wonder what may be keeping him from doing such, as his insanity drives him to consume everything.
The rest of the gods?
That could explain why the rest of the gods are not here, which means Asmodeus' kin are probably being murdered and slaughtered at this moment as we speak. And you hear the old man say, Chanceladon, let the kids go on with their god. Devil god.
My god. I was like, he's not my god, but okay.
Well, most of the betrayers get upset when you call them betrayers because they feel some type of way. Is that not true, king of the betrayers? To which you can see Asmodeus kind of stiffen for a moment. Those are wise and bold words for someone that doesn't look long for this planet one way or another.
I like this person. I don't care.
He's cool.
Famous last words, anybody?
Luna, make a will save for me. A disadvantage, please.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Hold on.
3.
No. Well, hold on. I gotta count on my fingers for a second.
Use your numbers.
Okay, that's a 21. I rolled an 8 and an
A
11.
21. Ooh. With
Yeah.
that,
Damn, that's
your
a high.
senses kind of become attuned as shit all of a sudden. Because you're still an elephant at the moment, right? A mammoth?
A
Mastodon?
mastodon. A
Mhm.
mastodon.
Fake ass Power Ranger. You're a mastodon.
Yes.
Damn.
I got to. I mean, if you let me shape into that.
Oh, you could definitely be a mastodon. All of you notice all of a sudden Luna give out a roar and charge forward at Chanceladon.
Oh, man.
Oh, she only got like 5 hit points left.
No, I have 100 and something. 110 or something like that.
Can we trip her? Is
there a way
How the heck you're gonna trip an elephant?
Right. A huge woolly ass elephant?
Is it possible?
It's possible. It's just difficult because she has 4 legs. If you'd like to try to react, what I'm going to say is, Luna, if you'd be ever so kind as to use your initiative. And I'd like you all to roll initiative. If you beat her initiative, you can get a chance to try to interrupt.
My initiative.
Mm-hmm.
You just
The
went to
elephant-
battle.
You said all of us?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, not me.
Everybody is there.
Yeah. Everybody except Talu.
Oh,
We'll
yeah,
get
that's
to
not
what
gonna be
Talu's
hard.
doing here in a moment.
That's 13.
I only got an 18.
I beat mine. I got a 16.
Okay.
That'll be a 24 for Wanda, actually.
All right.
Ooh,
Wanda,
Wanda.
you have the ability to interact and try to stop anything bad from happening.
Is Luna still an elephant?
Yes.
Yes, I'm a mastodon. That's a bigger elephant with huger tusks. Bigger tusks. You know what I mean.
That is
I don't
also
know
true.
what you expect me to do. I'm sorry. I
Hey, you don't have to
She's
do
charging?
anything. But she is charging past, and it looks like she's headed directly for Chanceladon.
You are a vampire.
Yeah, how's that help?
I don't know. Someone said bite me.
I think it's gonna work.
Bite you.
Bite a big ass charging elephant. Hey, get you some elephant meat, boy. It tastes like chicken.
Quick, punch it in the eye.
Gotta dig through the fur.
I don't know,
Punch it in
man.
the eye.
Should I grab her tusk or something?
I don't think it's gonna
I
work.
don't-
Whatever you would like to try to do, you let me know, and I will let you know how that's going to work dice wise.
Let's say that if you were a full bard, you might have Wall of Force, but you're not a full bard.
Nowhere near.
Trampling.
Did you try and put her to sleep?
I can't do that without also risking putting a lot of us to sleep. So,
Yeah.
you know what? I'm just gonna yell out, Luna, no, and I don't know, try to get through to her through whatever. Actually, can I see her? Can I make eye contact with her?
As you were side by side with her, technically you can see her just as she's beginning to charge and she's roared. So I'd say yes.
Can I Sharingan her? I've never tried this before, but it's a thing I know that can be done at least.
All right. Roll a D100 for me, please.
I will do that.
Also, am I trying to trample Mr. What's his face?
Yes.
Okay.
Will be a 99.
Ooh, excellent.
I'm with it.
As you do so, Luna, roll me a will save, please.
Rolling that again just because it didn't land on anything.
That's true. And if you'd be ever so kind,
Oh my
Wanda,
goodness.
to go ahead and roll me a D4.
A D4.
Mm-hmm.
2.
All right, you take 2 points of your max hit points taken away as you activate your Mangekyo Sharingan in this moment. Scared for what might happen to Wanda charging towards this huge-ass human with a now righteously glowing sword that's giving off a area radius of about 40 feet of light, as it looks like it's about to do something bad. But as for you, what did you get, Luna?
An 18.
Okay, with your 18, all of you hear Luna kind of roar and then begin to stump forward and then just stop.
Can we see what's happened at all? Can I see that Wanda's done something?
Yeah, you can see that Wanda's eyes, which you've seen kind of turn red before and kind of have these little black markings in it, have now turned completely red and have a black circle that then has 3 lines, almost like a triangle, pointing out from it. As you can see the same thing kind of flash onto Luna's eyes and her just all of a sudden just stare blankly. In your mind, though, Luna, you're fucking them up. You're having the fight of your life and you're kicking ass by yourself against all these people. In reality, your big ass is just sitting there.
I like my reality better. I'm fucking them up.
Right, in your head, you're beating all 6 of them by yourself.
Hell yeah.
Can I ask that just Chanceladon and his compatriots leave right now while there's still time to leave? Because I'm not entirely sure what's happened.
And you see the old man kind of look over at Chanceladon and says, "It's fine. That damn pier did something to it. Interesting." And you see him kind of take out a book and start to write something down as he turns to walk away. And you see the little young boy kind of like adjust his glasses and kind of like look at all of you like he's trying to memorize your faces and then turn and walk off. As far as the 2 Kitsune, you just look over and they're already gone. Like, you don't know where the fuck they went or what happened, but they were there and then they're not.
Freaking
I'm sorry. Are these people another team or something?
We know Chanceladon and the lady he was with is a team of helping. That's kind of trying to help. I'm not sure about the Kitsune.
As they are both humans, but they seem to know and work with him. And you see that Chanceladon kind of sheathes his sword as the light goes out. And then you see him kind of point a hand out dramatically towards Asmodeus and says, "The day will come where I will come to find you in your castle in the lowest planes of hell, and I will dispatch you once and for all from this plane of existence." And then you just see Asmodeus give another slight bow.
Honorable.
"I'm always more than willing to keep and accept visitors forever." And then you just see the woman was standing there kind of in the green and browns, kind of like turn and blow like a little note on the whistle that she has, a little flute. She just kind of waves at you all and says, "Well, you all have a good trip. We'll see you all later. Bye." And then they kind of keep walking off down the way and turn off down a side street. And the way is clear.
Baby.
And you have avoided having to deal with any combat.
There is a heavy sigh coming out of me and a side eye at Asmodeus because I don't fully trust that he didn't have a part in this.
You actually see him whistling and cleaning his nails, which you are now starting to see him. And for a while, he looked a bit like your father, but now he's shifted. And you can now see his countenance looks more like himself, as you would imagine, just on a smaller scale. Which you're not sure exactly when that happened, but you notice that it must have been a while because it doesn't seem like he's changed or noticed anything in the meantime.
Onward.
Of course. Sin, would you like to roll a D100 for me, please?
Give me just a moment. My cats needed water and they weren't leaving me alone.
It's all fine. Because in this moment, as you're traversing towards the actual dock, the massive Calarian Sea in the distance, the sun has begun to set on the horizon behind you. And now with nightfall out, you can still hear the screams and terror as it is still snow and coldness in this area. But for some reason, it seems that it's almost as if by choice or by proxy, there's nobody on the streets around you all, just dead bodies littered around.
I got a 2%. Double zeros and a 2.
With that, as you begin to walk out that way, you see that your shadows behind you elongate as the sun peeks down behind the Kelden Mountains in the far distance. And as it does, and darkness fully comes into being, and you see that the city itself seems to almost have an ethereal red haze over everything. And then you come to understand that that is the smell that you're getting is a bit metallic and tastes that way, as it is the particles of blood from those that have been slain, some vaporized by the massive amounts of damage and heat that they've been hit with. And it's actually not a lot, but some of it's beginning to stain your clothes a little bit. You can see kind of small marks of dingy redness in it.
Black.
So far, so far.
You hear Asmodeus then say out loud, "I must thank you, Luna. At least you were willing to jump to my defense from those brigands who were going to assault me." It's so hard simply existing in this world.
I was about to say, but they, it was like they were getting ready to leave us alone.
Didn't have much choice.
Oh, by whatever do you mean? And you see him stop and turn towards you, Luna, with a smile.
Him, keep moving forward.
If you remember, technically, I'm allowed to do as I please, and that I please at this moment is to have a conversation.
Then, you really gonna make me have a conversation with this man?
I mean, he turned around and stopped, and he kind of looks to Sin to confirm that that was the agreement.
Out of character. I remember it being that he would help us, and he would help us as he pleased. So trying to work it towards what he's pulling towards, if I were to rebuttal that he would help us as he pleased, there's enough of an ambiguity there that I would pull that up. So I would tell him that he is able to help us as he pleases, not do as he pleases. That was the original terms of the agreement.
Of course. You are, of course, more than correct. How could I forget such an important detail? This is how I'm choosing to help you, Luna. If something compelled you to act, it could cause you to cause someone some serious harm without your wanting to. And that would be a terrible, terrible thing. We wouldn't want that. And he begins to come over and walk towards you with his hands out as if he's going to give you a hug.
I'm just leaning away.
And then he just puts a hand out on you and says, "Now, dear Luna, please speak to me. Tell me what it is that is bothering you so. Let us seek to find a remedy for this affliction together."
Just maybe ask me for permission before using me next time.
Oh, dear child. I did nothing of the sort to compel you to do anything. But if it makes you feel better to blame me, he kind of turns around and begins to walk off. Feel free to do so. That's how history has proceeded so far. You can.
Yeah, it's motive too.
All right.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, you brought the liar of liars.
Damn, or maybe a knowledge check. Maybe a knowledge check would be better.
Sense motive.
That's a 21. Got a lot of 21s.
It doesn't sound like he's lying to you. Sounds direct and honest, which probably leaves you more confused than ever.
I am gonna ask him what he means then.
Oh, now we wish to have a conversation. I was under the impression that we were in a hurry. Is that not correct, Sin?
I am going to give a very questioning but stern look at Luna. We are in a bit of a time crunch and a bit of a major crisis with the town, Luna.
Walk and talk.
He wanted to
Walk
have a
and talk.
conversation.
Yes, and being a very feckled person, he can choose to have a conversation standing still, or he can choose to have one while we walk. He's going to have fun with it regardless. I would like to minimize the casualties at this moment.
Let's walk forward and flick my tail to try to hit everybody.
Who's everybody?
Right?
Behind
Who's
me.
everybody?
And the main person being Sin, I'm trying to hit him with my tail. Oh, my bad, a fly, oops.
Well, see, I don't think your tail's long enough for that.
So I got a little pugtail.
All right. So with that, kind of laughs for a moment and says, "Yes, let us hurry. I can sense that something is coming."
Oh, yeah.
And I wouldn't want someone to get hurt that didn't need to be hurt to begin with. No. And with that, he begins whistling as he's walking along the street towards the docks, which you can now see as you're coming down that large main hill that kind of slopes down to the sea level. As you can see on the docks that there are ships in the harbor that are apparently under siege. Some have been lit on fire. It's kind of a terrifying sight, to say the least. You'd say at least a third of the ships in the dock are on fire, and there's easily over 200 vessels to be seen.
I wonder which one's Talu's.
Damn.
Would I burn Talu's new ship? No.
Tar it maybe a little, but I mean...
No, he didn't burn it, he just sank it.
That is a good difference.
I mean, it is still technically in one piece. There's just a hole, the size of a wagon missing in it.
I would say you can hear the screams of people fighting on the docks and there as you're coming around. And as you start to come around and you reach down to the actual docks itself, you see that the devils and stuff that are flying have kind of stopped and landed and kind of now are sitting on the streets above dead bodies and such. And they are all just stopping and they've all bowed their heads as Asmodeus walks by. And you see people looking at you all like, what in the bloody fuck are they doing? What the fuck is going on?
Run! Now's your chance. Run!
So
Yeah,
sorry,
run.
guys.
There are
Run,
people
get
on
out of
ships
here.
in the docks. They're not finna go anywhere. Telling people to abandon their ship.
It's either your ship or your life.
Honorable.
The captain always goes with his ship, so...
The captains are understandable, but they're first mates, crewmen.
I'll say a few people do decide to kind of take this moment to bug off, but I'd say easily 95% of the people are staying there, and they seem to be taking this as a moment to get a break, grab a drink. Some are coming up from behind and slaughtering some of these devils while they get a chance, and even the ones that are slaughtered, the ones beside them don't blink at all.
Yo! But I guess this is a perfect opportunity for them to attack.
Are you telling them to attack?
No! I am thinking this in my head.
You hear a voice in your head says, now that wouldn't be fair sporting either, now would it?
Who's there? As I'm looking around.
All right. With that, you make your way down the docks, past the ships. Some are continuing to burn. Some have sunk in the harbor already. But for the most part, the devils seem to all alight and calm themselves down in the presence of Asmodeus now.
Still listening for the voice in my head.
It doesn't say anything else at the moment.
Ruined and got distracted.
Yup.
I would say, Sydney, you do hear in your head So, do you believe that your goddess will be able to succeed where she failed before?
I know how telepathy works, correct?
Yes, you definitely hear the voice of Asmodeus, who's also still whistling as he's walking. And now the different devils are catching his tune and whistling the same tune, so now it's like a choir whistling around you. It's highly distracting.
Charlie Daniels band.
Who's got a fiddle?
Ask the bards.
I'm
His
sorry, are you
question was-
asking for music right now?
No.
No, the devils are all whistling, and Incog made a Charlie Daniels "Devil Went Down Georgia" reference.
Ah. Are the HUDs that we got still up? The magical head up displays?
They currently are. Yours just shows your team at the moment. That's about it.
Can I message Talu through mine?
You can try. What are you trying to
want
send
to
a
be
message to say?
Breaker 7.
Hey, Talu, how quickly can you get a shot off with that thing? Talking about Zaladar.
What do you want him to shoot?
Actually,
it's
there's
the
no
God
message
killer.
that comes in to you at all. You can send your message off, but it seems to be something's interfering.
God damn.
And you just hear a voice chuckle and says, "Apologies, I tend to have that effect on magical items." All in your head.
I thought
Motherfucker, get out of my... This guy.
I'm gonna look at Cynical. Do you hear voices in your head?
I'm just gonna nod my head yes to Ruin, and then I'm just going to kind of like gesture to Asmodeus.
How does this thing work exactly? Is it... I don't know that. I wouldn't know that right now. Never mind.
I was going to say, you don't really have much of an idea at all. But you make your way there. And you find yourself now kind of coming outside of what looks to be this kind of large warehouse, a bit off the docks. And then you hear Asmodeus say, this looks to be the place. Because on the front of the door, you see that there seems to be a sign of Asmodeus, of a 5-pointed star covered in blood that seems to have been inverted.
what are we here for exactly?
The Stop Tempest.
Would you all like me to go on alone, or would you like to come inside? It could get a little dangerous for you. I can't really, unfortunately, confirm that nothing bad will happen to you. As he turns around with a smile looking at you all.
I'm looking at Sin.
Yeah, me too. I'm looking. You're the team leader, man.
Oh, what's up? People want to listen to Sin.
Yeah, suddenly everybody wants to listen to me.
I'm about to say, Ruin always question you first, so I don't know what
Yes,
to talk
you,
about.
you'll at least
Should I
always
stop
ask
listening to you?
questions.
Like, hey, we going in this thing or not?
I'll stop listening to you if that's what you want. I mean,
I'm not entirely
Yeah.
sure people have listened to me to begin with, but that's also because we have a hard time listening as a group in general. But
Y'all?
I am going to say that I believe we should go in.
Well, do remember that I did state that I cannot guarantee your safety at all.
All of us should go in.
Would you like to remain outside, Luna?
No, I'm going in. I'm just making sure. Everybody wants to go in?
Which you see Asmodeus kind of turn and look. The only problem is your elephant form won't really fit in there. And you see him wave his hand, and then suddenly you are reverted back into being a tiefling.
The only
There you-
thing is, I only have. I'm like really hurt. So
Oh yeah, you're back to being hurt as fuck in a tiefling form now.
can I maybe get that healing potion back that you never took?
Oh, I never grabbed the potion. I don't know what happened to that thing. I would never drink something given by someone else. I'm Asmodeus. Do you think that people give me gifts willingly that they mean me good boon and fortune?
Well, look at Sin and go, do you want me to get reinforcements to come back here?
Could I do a quick number crunch to see how long that would actually take?
If he was to fly someone here, you probably think he'd get back here in roughly. If he moved max speed all out and gave it everything he had, possibly risked exhaustion, he could probably get somewhere, depending on where he was going. There's a couple of places that would be within about roughly a 20-minute flight for him. He can make it back to the academy or to Sprata's domain, but anywhere further than that would be pushing it towards an hour trip total.
There's not enough time, Rowan.
Wanda, can you heal me?
Fair
Out of
enough.
third level spells.
And you see them though you say, "Oh yes, you should heal."
Actually, hold up.
She looks very, very hurt.
I think I do have a third level spell left, but it would probably be my last one.
It is.
We haven't had a long rest in like 4 sessions.
You have not.
It's okay. Save it.
I'm gonna heal Luna. I'm gonna heal Luna.
Well, you're not in combat, so it would be max healing. So what is the healing you're giving her?
Okay. Give me just a second. I think that's like 3d8 plus standby.
All right.
Yes, 3d8 plus 1 point per castle. So 10. 3d8 plus 10.
All right. So 3d8 maxed out. That's 8, 8, and 8, which is 24. Plus 10 is 34 points of
34.
healing. So you receive 34 hit points, Luna. You're up to 39 now.
Okay, and I think potion of cure moderate wounds.
You do.
And potion of restoration wouldn't do anything for my healing.
Potion of restoration would not.
I didn't think so. Okay.
So are you taking another healing potion?
Yeah, moderate wounds.
All right, you get to roll that out as Modi's sitting there looking at his nails. Just let me know when you're ready to begin.
What is it? Oh, hold on. What is the moderate?
2d8 plus 3.
You motherfucker. I
Damn.
don't have another 2d8.
Let me see here. You had 39, and then how much did you just add?
14. 14.
All right, so cool. You're up to a smooth 53 hit points. At which point, Asmodeus kind of looks at you all and says, "Are we ready now? Are you all prepared for the evil oogie boogie inside?" Yes, you
use
did
that
take
right?
2 damage altogether, 2 hit points. So technically, your max hit points now are 95 at the moment.
Okay.
So wait, he lost them permanently?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh wow.
Oh wait, what?
Mm-hmm. You lost 2 hit points permanently. Your eyes also hurt for a little bit, but you've recovered since.
Would a restoration would help?
You could try. Would you like to give the restoration potion?
It is.
All right, roll a d4 for me, please.
Me?
Ideally, the person who took the potion.
Okay, Wanda.
I would say make a knowledge. Actually, no, because you would have no knowledge base for this at all. It's not something you've ever seen of what Wanda can do.
Okay.
I'll take it, but I don't want to waste it.
All right, so you got a 4. Okay, so you got a 4 for your roll. Cool. You heal back up those temporary hit points. You are back up to having your full hit points again. Sounds
Nice.
good.
Thank
Look
you.
at that.
I'm
I'll be right
I am
back.
grateful.
All
I am
right.
grateful for this.
So with that, you see Tempest kind of look at you all and says, "This is all fine and well, but can we get on to the get on, as one might
You
say?"
mean Asmodeus? Did you
Yes.
mean Asmodeus?
I meant Asmodeus.
Okay, I was about to say. Are you sure it's Asmodeus? Are you sure?
I'm positive it says Modius. That's
Hey,
what I
this
was thinking
motherfucker's-
of. Who had been cleaning
This
his
motherfucker,
nails.
we took so long. This motherfucker stepped out to greet us, or them, anyways.
Oh yeah.
All righty then.
I'm just like rubbing her eyes.
That's gonna be a hell of a shot.
I mean,
Well-
if my visions come true, it'll be a giant ass target.
Yeah, but my range is only 200 feet.
Well, tell you,
Yeah, I got-
anything beyond
I got
your
faith.
range just gets a penalty for every range increment beyond that.
I got faith in you.
Connect to or some shit like that.
So I'm gonna shoot from the school all the way to the horizon. Cool.
Yeah.
Nothing back out
Oh,
there.
you're not.
Basically. But as you're sitting outside, all of a sudden you just hear a loud screeching sound.
A what?
You just hear a loud sound inside. I played it for the stream, which you should have picked it up.
Oh, the stream picked it up. We didn't pick it up.
Oh damn.
Yeah, I muted it.
Yeah.
So I can
Not a
hear-
problem. Then I will share it with you all so you can hear it clearly also, because why not?
I'll pass.
On
Where
the
are we
inside.
sharing this at? Where's the shared at?
I was sharing it in the Discord sounds.
Sounds like another Discord.
I think we're ready to enter.
Yeah. As the sound goes off, you hear kind of a light scream as he kind of laughs for a moment and says, "That's interesting, to say the least. It seems as if someone is upset on the inside. Well, by all means, who would like to go first?"
I'll go in first.
And you see Asmodeus step back and kind of give a slight bow with a smile. By all means, as the door stands in front of you.
Bring my dagger. Not my dagger. I bring the star, the thingy out. Jesus Christ.
I mean, he's
Yeah,
not
Jesus
here,
Christ.
but if you want to bring him out too, I guess. I don't.
You know what? Maybe I need him.
I mean,
In my life.
I think all of us are going to need him,
Yes,
technically
Jesus.
speaking, at this point in the moment.
What's it called? Starfire. Not Starfire.
Wrong
That's a
universe.
Titan.
What are
Flame
you talking
Blossom. Holy shit on a stick. Flame Blossom.
All right, so you pull out Flame Blossom.
And got her in front of me in a defensive stance going forward. Not a complete defensive stance, obviously.
Oh, so it's not a complete defensive stance.
Well, I can't do that and go for and move forward, can I? Or can I?
When you do a total defense, you can make a 5-foot step at a time per round.
So how slow would I be moving?
You know those horror movies where somebody takes one step and looks around and takes another step? That.
Okay. I want to quicken it. You know what? No, I'm going the full 5-foot step a time. Y'all can fucking wait.
All right, so with that, you are slowly walking your way in, one step at a time.
Yeah, it's ignited too because I need some light just in case.
Okay, so you have ignited, you're opening the door, and you're stepping inside to the darkened room of this 3-story building.
Yes.
All right, with that, you step through the door, and when you see her step through the threshold, it seems to have an unnatural darkness that she steps into, and you no longer see her. Even though her spear was lit when it stepped into the darkness, it didn't cast any light.
Can't see anything either.
On the inside, you're actually just in a darkened, large space. Looks to be like a warehouse. You can see that there seems to be some stairs in the back that lead up to a second and third floor. As you can see what looks to be the hulls of different ships that are being repaired here.
Okay.
I'm gonna gesture for Asmodeus to go second.
And he kind of just gives a nod to you and says, "Of course." And he steps into the darkness without hesitation.
I don't think I need to mention this, but I don't really like this idea at all. And I'm gonna
Me
follow.
neither. Me neither.
You and me both, little comrade. I go in behind Sin.
All right, so far in our marching order, to make sure that I have it down correctly, we have Luna, Asmodee, then we have Sin and Wanda, which leaves, last but not least, Ruin.
Yep. I will have Angelic Glory in my hand as I walk through.
All right, so with that, you step into the large warehouse where you can see the frames of boats, some kind of shattered and left to the side, a few still standing on their stilts, but it just seems to be a lot of smashed wood and some blood splatters over things.
I would also like to see if I can use this ring to cast a shield.
And if you would like to cast Shield from the ring, as you push it out, the shield spell does envelop you.
Neat. Alright.
Oh, now you use the ring.
I'm being smart about this.
Good.
All right, so while you have that there, and he's kind of slowly walking around, and you can see that things seem to be painfully quiet. If that makes any sense. Even from the screams you've been hearing outside, it's almost as if the sound doesn't penetrate this area. But as you walk your way inside, you can hear what sounds like a... Actually, make a perception check to see what you hear.
$19 plus 14.
I didn't get much of anything. I rolled a
It's
7. So
23.
I guess,
30.
is it dark in here?
It is dark.
Or dim lit. Okay, then that.
Did you get a 33, Sin?
I got a 15.
Yes, I got a 33.
Jesus Christ.
Yes, I got a 15.
Look, the only things I'm good at are lying, perception, and stealth.
That's a
Bluff,
24 for Wanda.
perception, and stealth.
You all hear the sound of something large crashing in one of the upper floors. As you see something come flying out of one of the windows up there, and as it lands with a sickening thud onto the ground, you see the eviscerated body of the woman that came back with Asmodeus that you saw earlier.
Let's go look up. Isn't that your friend?
And you see Asmodeus look down and says, "It looks very much like her. Ah, such a shame." He looks completely unfazed or bothered.
Oh, damn.
Is she dead? Dead?
I mean, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
one arm is like flayed to the bone. The head is the wrong direction. Arms are pointed in unnatural directions. And one of the wings are ripped off.
Damn, angry.
I mean, she's just a blood smear on somebody's axe.
Oh, yeah. She's like, her body, once it hit, she was dead before she hit the ground. Let's put it that way.
Can I ask you a question real quick?
Mm-hmm.
If I were to hand somebody my flame blossom and then turn into a gorilla, and then can I use it when I turn into a gorilla, or would I just not have the same understanding of it?
I mean, you still keep your mind and ability, so anything you could physically do with that humanoid-like body, you could do also as you. You can either take your weapon into your body and use it with your attacks, or you could literally just hold the weapon and attack with it.
And I would still get like crit and stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
The crits and stuff come from the weapon, not necessarily from you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna hand
You literally can do it without handing anything over.
Okay, good. Okay,
I will
then,
tell
yeah.
you that the stairway to head up to the top stairs is roughly only about 10 feet wide and looks to be industrial strength, so it could handle some heavy weight. Though you should probably know the weight of what you're about to turn into as you're talking about a skeletal metal structure heading up in the back of an actual large warehouse. As there's the way the warehouse is set, that is basically about almost 200 feet long and about maybe almost the same height. And for roughly most of it is just empty space where they have this big empty large space to do work and things like that and hang things. As the stairs to the back right side, or the east side of the building, go up the far side, they kind of stop at one landing, which is kind of a middle floor near the back, and it has stairs that go to that middle floor and a walkway, and then it goes all the way up to the top in the back, where it seems to be that body came from, as it has a large, seemingly room up there also.
Okay, well, a male dire ape is 9 feet tall and 1,200 pounds. I don't know what a female ape would be. I'm sure the stats are the same, so I would probably want to be smaller, so I could fit through more spaces.
Okay, so that's what you're turning into?
Yeah, can I be a female ape so I could be like a little bit, shorter and lighter in weight, so I don't like destroy the building just walking through it.
Have you seen a female dire ape?
No.
Then you would know what one looks like to turn into.
Does it look like it's too much to be 9 feet tall and 1,200 pounds?
I would say, unless you pass an engineering check, you wouldn't have the slightest clue.
Hold on, let me see.
You don't know about the structural strength of things.
I
have
mean,
an
Ruin does,
engineering
but he ain't gonna bother about it.
But you also cannot turn into things that you have not seen.
Damn. Okay, never mind. I will just be myself.
It's okay. I see you're trying, and I appreciate that.
I just don't want to die. Turning into something that can hit and also has hit points just gives me more hit points.
It does. Sounds like Luna wants to go find a dire ape one day.
Yes, I
Was
do.
in a whole jungle with them and didn't.
Well, that wasn't what I was paying attention to, so no.
Very true. But with that, As you see, Asmodeus is kind of standing there with his hands kind of linked together and bridged, kind of looking towards you, Sin. And what are your orders, O team leader of Team Moonshadow, champion of the Raven Queen, child of fate?
Ooh, bust out the child of fate.
What is the fate that you have in store for everyone here?
To collect your son, and both of you return back to your kingdom in hell.
About that part, as you see him begin to wipe his chin. For what reason would I wish to return back to my kingdom? It's already conquered. There's so much more to explore here. Give me a reason why I should return.
The Celestial Gate keeping a rather large god at bay that would just as soon as destroy this realm as you're old. And every other god that has an appetite to expand will also inevitably breach.
That's true, but by that time I could, ideally, have everything that I want. Or I could watch it all burn. I'm unsure of which at this point.
You would enjoy watching all of your possessions burn as well?
I only really keep them just to have something to do. It's more of a, what do you mortals call it? It's kind of like struggles for the word. A hobby, yes, a hobby. Very much. Similar to how your Raven Queen collects champions. It's whatever flavor of the month intrigues me.
Oh, damn.
It's called the flavor of the month.
That's all Ruin's got. It's just like, well, damn.
I mean, when you think about it, it's only been like a couple of years to mortals, so for a god, that probably is akin to a month.
Shit, you lucky the flavor of the week.
Considering how many times I've died, yeah, I am lucky. I'm just the flavor of I'm the flavor of the month, not the flavor of the week.
And ideally, if my kin are currently busy fighting Tharazdun, the Devourer, that would leave me unattended, one might say. Have you been able to reach your goddess lately, young champion? No? Things have been silent? Has she abandoned you in your hour of need? I can only tell you how that would burn me to be betrayed by those you once called your kin.
As if it's not his fault.
Then you don't have very much trust.
There are few things that I trust in this world because the last one that I trusted were my brothers who tried to slay me.
Then now would be a good point to prove them wrong.
Make a diplomacy check.
Okay, 18 plus 6 for 24.
He takes a moment to look, but then he kind of crosses his arms and says, "This will do quite fine. Go and bring my son to me, and I will deal with him."
Let's run this on the side. He starts to head toward the stairs. I go, little buddy, are we going up?
Yes, we are.
And you just see Asmodeus watching you go with a smile.
Wanda just looks Asmodeus up and down and then heads off to follow the team.
Like, see if I see you. See if I don't.
Dun dun dun.
Everyone heads up. Stairs.
I mean, while y'all fight with inevitable doom, I'm over here coloring.
Yay, color.
Oh yeah, which
Go for
actually, as you guys go up the stairs, we're about to go over to Talu. Hey, Talu. Now, if I'm correct, you were speaking with the headmaster, correct? Who
I
has
had just found him,
Mhm.
and I imagine I'm still in all my armor.
Oh, definitely.
So very much not like what he saw me like before.
But at this point, Elamaris has taken more to understanding to figure out the details and the mystery later and finding out what information you have first. So as soon as you sees you, his eyes just kind of take on this kind of dead look and says, "What has happened?"
Well, it seems my team has entered into some sort of agreement with him, and I felt myself and my emotions a liability, so I removed myself. And I thought it best to come speak to you rather than endanger myself and the team based on just a simple emotional reaction.
He actually kind of looks you up and down for a moment. That was actually very wise of you. Though I fear what it could mean with your team being left behind with that being, and they don't have your capabilities to harm it.
I honestly don't. I'm not sure I could do anything with that to him at this point. It seems either his injury was a farce or he's recovered enough that he honestly didn't view me as a threat. But he said something of an individual that we once traveled with being behind a lot of this. That he himself was not behind it. And I'm curious. And Talu will take off the ring and show it to him. This is an item that was given to me by that individual. And Talu's head's gonna drop. Have I failed again?
You see him kind of take the ring from you and set it down. Kind of look at you and it's not a look of disdain, it's more one of concern. Probably one of the few times you realize that while he may be a stickler for the rules, he really does want to protect you all. And kind of is realizing that you all are far beyond the idea of just simple protection, possibly. As he begins to evaluate the ring, he says that there's one thing that I would take from all of this is whatever Asmodeus says is a lie, even if you do not realize it. He is the god of deceit and trickery. Telling the truth is as foreign to him as the skies of heaven itself.
Talu's just gonna nod. Well, thanks to my bonding with Sage Romance Zara, I understand. I only wish I could have been there to convince Luna of the same.
That is going to be concerning. After looking at the ring, he kind of steps back from it. You said this creature gave you this ring.
Yes, and then just to, kind of cut through it, I'll just tell him the story of how we were in the, what was it, Bahamut?
No,
Kingdom
it
Temple.
was a
Extra plane roll temple.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
I thought we had got the name of the guy.
Oh, no.
No.
Okay, well, anyways, so he'll tell him about the Minotaur Temple and how they met Tempest, and then how when they got into that one point that he had done a magnificent manner, I'm guessing what the spell was, and then how Talu had assumed it was Asmodeus visiting him in his dreams, and that Tempest had given him the ring to quote unquote protect him from Asmodeus' scrying.
I am so sorry, my dear boy. I believe that you have been had, so to speak.
Talu's head just drops even further.
It's a powerful enchantment on this ring, which most probably would not be able to find originally, but this ring It's possibly something he's using to be able to link himself to you, to be able to find you. Have you found there have been times when you felt another presence?
So I was gonna kind of look at him like, I'm, I'm, I'm always being followed, sir. I've since donning the gauntlet, I've never felt alone.
I believe that he possibly has been using this to be able to track you and your team's whereabouts. While it would be able to deflect divination from others, it seemingly strengthens the bond that he would be able to do so. It's quite a masterful enchantment, to say the least. And you see him take out what looks to be a kind of small box that has a small gem in it, which he takes out and puts in a pocket. And you see him sit the ring in there and then close the box. Which, when he does so, you see the box begins to glow almost as if it has the light spell on it. And then you see him take the box and he sits it right outside the cafeteria, outside the doors. And right then you hear a little girl come up to you and kind of like pat you on your back. At your waist.
On me?
Yeah.
And so I was just gonna turn and look, and
And you look down and you can see Luna's younger sister from earlier.
Which one is this one?
This one is Antonia Sharp.
Okay, never mind.
So I was gonna try to put on a very much a demeanor of like everything's fine, nothing to worry about, and he's like, yes, young lady Sharp, how may I help you?
And you see that now next to her, kind of behind her a little bit, is Sin's youngest sister, Rose, who is standing there, and they both kind of look at you. Is Luna and Sin okay?
I don't have a younger sister.
Oh no, older. Your youngest sister is what I meant to say.
Youngest sister. Okay, I heard younger sister.
Yes.
My brain's like, I'm the youngest. What? Nope.
So I was just like, well, when I left them, they were perfectly fine. They were handling the situation outside. They were perfectly healthy, so I imagine that, with teamwork and, considering I've been working with them for so long, I'm sure they will be just fine.
And then you see Alessia and now Lily, the next siblings, kind of walk over and says, if they're fine, why aren't you with them? You're not telling us something.
Well, I had to escort a group back to the school for safety. And I felt that Ruin could use a break because he had been doing it for a while. And I decided to take it upon myself to, alleviate him of that for the moment. That perhaps his skills would be better with the group. And I'm going to turn to Sin's sister, be like, and Ruin and Sin are very, very good friends. So Ruin's not going to let nothing happen to Sin.
And you just hear them both say, he better not.
Well, it looks like I have to die for you to stay safe.
You don't know this happened.
Nope. Not a character I do.
You just hear Ella Mars just say, all the students of Aegis Academy are the best of the best, and I'm sure that your siblings are doing their best to take care of themselves and the citizens of Teleria. Which it seems to put them a bit at ease as they walk back. Though you can clearly see the sitting at the table, Valerie sitting there with a glass of wine and is staring at you.
Valerie is...
That would be Luna's stepmother.
Yes.
Who's also sitting there with, still sitting at the table that you all were sitting at earlier. And she's sitting there with Miss Celia.
I feel like Sela would be able to read me like a book.
Oh, she's been speaking with Valerie, while she's talking to Valerie, Valerie is staring over at you past her, because her back is to you at the moment.
Oh, okay. So I'm just going to look at the headmaster and kind of like a, waiting what to do next type of situation.
Well, now that you are here, The wards of the school are up and they're protecting it along with the guardians of the school at the moment, as they've been activated, but I am not sure what can really be done other than to protect you at the moment, which I understand is not what you wish to hear. I can only hope that whatever Team Moonshadow is doing, it's the right thing.
He's gonna look at him like, you probably don't intend to let me leave the school grounds at this point, do you?
And he kind of takes a moment to look at you and says, to be honest with you, I do not believe that if I wanted to, I had the power to stop you.
Tyler's gonna lower his head and be like, with all due respect, Headmaster, if you request it, I've sworn previously to the Headmaster before you that I would follow any and all orders. And I don't intend to go back on my word.
What do you believe that you should do, young Tallow?
There's gonna be a pause and almost an emotional break. Like, I don't know. I really don't know.
And he kind of just puts a hand on your shoulder and says, unfortunately, I wish that I could tell you, but I don't know either. But we'll find an answer together.
The ramifications of him being here, there's more to it, isn't there? There's a gnawing in the back of my mind.
And you see him kind of like flinch when you say that, his eyes kind of narrow. And he kind of looks around and he kind of then kind of places his hand and kind of guides you away from all of the others that are out there right now, still watching the outside of the school and the windows to make sure things are safe. I'm sure that Zaladar can make you aware of the divergence itself, correct?
I've seen most of it. I've seen the fall, and I know his parts in it.
That was merely the beginning of the calamity, the war of the gods, before the divergence happened. The divergence was the end of the war, hundreds of years later, in which the gods were able to strike down Thrazdun. Unfortunately, it meant that the knowing mistress had to be wounded as bait, and then Pelor, god of the sun, was able to strike him down, and what is currently known a location in Taldoria's Whitestone, which created the entire Whitestone Valley. Thrazdun was then chained far, far beneath the earth, to the place where the planes begin to meet, into a place in which darkness is eternal and he should never be able to rise again. Unfortunately, with the divine gate being breached by one of the gods themselves, it unfortunately causes a very, very difficult problem. The divine gate was meant to keep all celestial beings from being able to enter the material plane. One of them breaching it is equivalent to putting a hole in the side of a ship. Once the gate has been broken, until that god has been returned and banished, the divine gate is breachable by any others. But for each one that comes through, it'd be another hole in the ship that would only cause the material plane to sink faster into chaos.
Would I be able to commune with one of the gods?
I honestly can't say that I'm one of the religious nature, but at this moment, I can imagine that if the gods are doing anything, and the only reason why they haven't come to grab Asmodeus themselves is that the bonds holding Thrazdun are weakened by this breach, and it would take all of their combined strength to even begin to remotely slow him down, as it took all of them combined to stop him before.
Okay, so they're not coming through because they fear that by coming through they put us at greater risk.
Yes.
But what of their knowledge? Headmaster, I'd like to go to the Temple District.
So be it. And you see at this moment that Now you can hear the sound of boots walking, and you see Miss Scylla is standing there along with Valerie. And now the rest of Sin's family and her daughter's there. We would like a word, Taluan headmaster, as apparently Valerie's been appointed as the one to approach about this situation.
Tyler's just look at the headmaster like,
And with that, we'll come back to the warehouse. As you're going up the loud, creaky stairs, one by one, standing there as they reach. And as Medeus is fading it from view down below, you can hear another of those loud roars from whatever creature seems to be up here at this top floor. As you can now feel the stairs actually vibrating from the impacts of whatever is being thrown and tossed around this room.
Wanda would say, team leader, can I say something real quick?
Yeah, Wanda?
I don't think we should be doing this.
What do we do then?
I mean, we only have Asmodeus's word that Tempest is the one behind all this, right?
We don't even have that.
Well, exactly. I mean, we don't know if he's actually, like, if Tempest is actually the enemy, and I think it's pretty safe to say that Asmodeus is not our friend, so I mean, if neither of these guys are on our side, why are we picking one? You know what I mean? Maybe it just seems like maybe we should be playing our own side here.
I don't doubt you in that, but currently our side needs to get him and whatever caused this back into hell. Granted, I don't trust him as far as I can throw him, and I can't throw many things that far to begin with. But I can't hear the Raven Queen at all. He's been able to walk through our minds like a field of flowers. Currently,
all currently hear when Sin say that is true in your heads.
Everyone's looking around again. There it is. The voice again.
You see this? Even now, he is toying with us. He is playing us like I play guitar.
exactly.
I don't know. It just seems like maybe the best thing to do here is actually nothing. And I know that may make no sense, but well, you're the team leader. I will follow orders, but just my 2 pennies, yes?
What's a penny?
Yes, Wanda, your 2 coppers have been well heard. But the best thing that I can think we do is what our team does the best. Break things and then run away.
Alright, so what are we breaking? I mean, we already done broke something. How come we haven't run away yet?
Like, why can't we go straight to the runaway part? We didn't do that part yet.
Because technically, we didn't start breaking things yet. Tempest, or whoever is here, has started breaking things.
Alright, well, I don't see an exit.
Ruin's a wooden building. You can make an exit, right?
I can hope. Because I don't know. We walked in, everything, like, everyone walked in one by one, everyone vanished. I don't know if this is like a magical containment thing or what.
Then at the very least...
Or it's just a straight darkness encompassing the building inside.
Then at the very least, if we break things, one of us will shout run. And that's what we do.
Very well. I will follow your lead, but we are just pawns in their game. I just think maybe if the opportunity arises, maybe consider just taking us off the board. Yes. It's not our game.
The minute I find a way to do that, Wanda, I will.
I just nod and fall back in step.
As you make your ways up to the top of the steps to the door, there's a large double door here at the top that is closed and seemingly locked. And you can hear what sounds like rapid movement on the other side of the door. And kind of guttural growls. And the occasional pushing of something or getting hit.
Can I open the door or no? It's locked, right?
It is locked on the inside.
Is it a magical lock?
Not that you know of, just seems to be a standard lock.
Lock picking it is.
Disable the device.
I will say he's gonna hear that.
Oh well, that's a 23.
It's not the best lock, but it is a bit more complex, as you imagine whoever here was on the docks was trying to make sure that they locked something in here, it would stay away. So it takes you about 20 seconds or so, but you finally hear the tumble kind of clicking like, ha-ha! And then you realize that it's not all the way opening. You're like, fuck. You thought you had it, but it didn't open up.
Damn.
But you realize it seemed to have been a series of tumblers, and you probably got most of them. You just didn't get the last one.
Looks like I missed one, guys.
Then you just hear a voice on the inside scream, "Stay away!"
What do we do now, Sid? We were told to stay away. We were told to come get him. Now what?
You do also know, Ruin, that the large glass windows that were up there into the actual room that you're trying to get into are open, as that one body came flying out of them.
Do I really want to? I was like, I don't know if I want to particularly go through said window alone.
That is also true.
Do we even recognize the voice, even like remotely?
I would say it does remotely sound in the timbre of Tempest's voice, from what you can remember. Though the photo you have of Tempest, remember him being extremely pale, golden-eyed, long, blonde-haired, just like a nobleman, wielding a beautiful pair of long swords with amazing filigree. Seemed always composed and nice, but this voice sounded guttural and... it's difficult. Make a sense motive check.
I got a 19 out of that.
13 plus sense motive of 3 for a 16. Wait, no, that was sleight of hand. 13 plus 6 for a 19.
You both instantly pick up on it sounding not exactly pain, but anguish, frustration. It's almost a sound of desperation.
Knock on the door and say Tempest really loud.
You hear all the sounds stop on the inside.
Luna.
You could hear a pin drop in this place. You don't hear any response, but all the sounds you heard inside before immediately stopped.
Open the door.
I can't. The door's still locked.
No, I'm talking to him. I'm yelling at him through the door.
Oh.
And I knock again.
You do not get a response.
Can I also see the broken window?
You can.
I'm gonna like nudge Ruin and then point at the window, and then just kind of give like the fine, pick me up.
I grab Sin, and I'm like, all right, I'll be back in a second, guys.
The little kid up motion like,
It's
Give
my
me strength, or somebody that's non-evil, as I begin to fly up.
Me and Wanda.
What about you and Wanda?
I'm gonna cast Spider Walk. Wait, hold on. Give me a second. I'm gonna cast Spider Walk.
Okay.
I'm gonna climb on Luna's back.
Cast Spider Walk. It's communal. You could just climb up there.
I bet.
No, just climbing on your back, straight up.
I just imagined it. Wanda's like, yeah, I'm good to go. Like, bitch, you can walk now too. You don't-
yourself.
Okay.
Nah, this is better. I'm gonna ride a gorilla into combat. Thanks,
I'm
Luna.
not a gorilla. I'm not a gorilla.
Oh, you're not a gorilla?
Nope.
No.
You're not a dire.
Didn't.
No.
Luna hasn't seen a dire ape, so she can't turn into what she hasn't seen.
Oh my god, I forgot about that. Alright, scratch that.
Thank you.
I wouldn't.
But with that, as you fly into the area, I'm assuming you're flying in. You're good enough. You'd be able to fly through these large windows because it's the type of place where they had some large windows, kind of floor to ceiling, so they could look down on their workers. Because supervisors and looking down on their workers, it's a thing.
Yeah.
Capitalists.
Yeah.
But as you come through the room, you can see that it has kind of fine, not sure from where, but they have to be imported carpets of this beautiful weave design across the entire floor, which the building across is easily about maybe 100 feet. That's 100 feet of imported carpet that's all woven into one. It's a massive carpet, had to have been custom ordered, and probably cost as much as this building combined. Probably more than some of those ships out in the harbor.
And if we get this to Talu, he can buy a new ship.
You would see that they are smashed desks, they're smashed figurines and statues, and it is very low. Actually, there's no light up here at all, other than the light that's coming through at one window on the other side that leads to the outside that is showing the moonlight coming through, as the snow is still falling outside.
Thing I can see at least 60 feet.
You can. I would say if you went through the closest one, you can't see the far side of the room, but you can see the door, which just has, from what you can see, a kind of latch over it that you could easily just flick with one hand. But if you walked over there, if you waited a minute, all of a sudden Wanda and Luna will come walking sideways through the window frame.
Oh, well, that window frame, then I'll flip the latch.
Mm-hmm. All right, which you do so. As you flip the latch, Wanda and Luna come kind of like walking in through the window.
Open the door.
And nobody is there.
Well, I've done all I can do.
So you have opened the door. So now the door is open to the stairway. And from what you can see up to the 60 feet, it just shows the room. You do see what looks to be claw marks throughout the carpet, singe marks, possibly in some places, and massive quantities of blood splattered through it. Or at least you'd assume it's blood, as it's some type of liquid. It could be water or wine or something that's soaked into the carpet in that dark consistency, but it's a bit sticky looking as it's congealed. What are you doing?
Ew.
I'm looking around and go, hey, little buddy, can you see? Because I know I can.
I would say, Wanda, you can smell the scent of old blood strongly in this room.
It's still ignited, so everybody should be able to see.
Your spear is ignited, but your spear has a range of how far? With the light spell, it's 20 feet of light around you, and then additional 20 feet of dim light beyond that. So it's only giving you 40 feet of light.
Okay.
You'd have to go at least actually, you have to go over halfway in this room. You'd have to go 60 feet in order for it to see the far end of the room.
I'll just use dancing
In
lights
dark
and kind of feed it out through the room. Now that we're all on this side of the door.
I'm going to do a perception check.
As you do that, you can see standing on the far side of the room, it's The best way to describe it is you see a being with kind of dark red skin, long curved black crimson horns, a kind of red chest plate that looks almost avian like, hands extended into massive claws, a huge scythe being wielded behind it with jagged edges and looks to be some type of dark red miasma coming off of it, along with jagged points of edges and claws for boots, with a tail that seemingly is curled up behind it in the air with some type of wicked stinger. You all get a chance to see Tempest in his demonic form.
Wait, where is it?
Shit.
Yeah, where you?
I put it on stream.
Oh, hold on. I got it.
Ah,
I got an ad.
That is
I
nice.
don't. I see him.
It's all right. I'll also make sure to slap him down into the chat for y'all, into the Discord, so you can see him in all his glory.
Ooh, that's gnarly.
Yeah. That is freaking.
I want his weapon. Oh, yeah, I'm not
Good
there.
luck. You get it then. I'm not.
I want his horn.
Come take it.
I like the whole way of like, yeah, you can go get it. I'm not going to get it. What the fuck? But
I was like, I guess Ruin's gonna break the silence then and be like, Tempest, is that you?
don't look at me. And you see him kind of turn away and kind of cover himself with his wings.
Did you do this?
He said, "Look." He said, "Don't look at me."
Yeah, he said,
Yeah,
don't
he said,
look at
don't
He
look
said,
at me.
don't look at me.
I'm stepping forward and asking if he did this.
Go away. And as he says that, you see the actual scythe he's holding kind of flare with the red ethereal light that kind of sheds this kind of backwash lighting over his body.
Can I do a sense motive?
Go ahead.
That will be. Let me see. Just a second.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, nat 20, so 27 total.
The sense you get is one of the best way to describe the feeling you get from him is not one of aggression, but one of revulsion. As you can even see in his stance, he's as far away from you as he can be on the far side of the room. And even his weapon that he's holding it, but he's not holding it in a threatening way in any shape or matter at all. If
Basically,
anything, he's trying to hide himself from you.
Oh, okay.
Then Wanda would step forward and call him by his actual name. Wait, which is Alistair, right?
I mean, he has lots of names.
The one he signed his book as. The one he pinned as the author of his books he wrote.
Then yes, that would be Alistair.
Alistair, or Tempest. We are your friends. Please, just talk to us.
Make a diplomacy check.
Diplomacy is gonna be a 28. 28. Wait. Yes, 28.
Kind of chuckles for a moment, friends. He kind of just turns with you. You kind of look in his eyes, which you can see there's kind of tears of blood that are streaming from them. I'm not allowed to have any friends. I'm only allowed to destroy. And then you see his eyes kind of flare red for a moment. As you see that he kind of almost methodically grabs his scythe and begins to pull it into what would be a combat position, bringing it before him. Please
Can
run. Just run.
We don't leave comrades.
Wanda,
Yes.
what's in my necklace that I lent you?
What's in your necklace you lent me?
Yeah.
The Pokeball one?
Yes.
Nothing right now. I don't think I grabbed Shoki before we left.
Tempest doesn't want to hurt us. If he can make one final decision to willingly go in there, he doesn't have to.
Yes, I see.
We don't have to take our pieces off the board. We can take their pieces off the board.
That is good thinking.
Do it.
I grabbed
I
my
would
necklace
say,
out.
what order and arrangement are you standing in front of Tempest? And
I
how
believe
far
I'm
away?
I believe I'm further away with Sin at this point.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
the
think
two.
Wanda would probably be right there.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'd
Yeah,
say
I would've
depending on how
stepped
you're
up in
going
front of-
from the door, it's about a 20-foot difference. So 100 feet would be at the door where Sid and Ruin would have been to open it. And then coming through the window would have been Luna and Wanda, who would have been 20 feet in or 80 feet away from Tempest. So you're currently 80 feet away from Tempest, but the whole room is lit up. But I would say for all of you, you can start to see what looks to be like a red miasma begin to glow around him and give off an ethereal glow that matches the actual weapon. What are you doing?
Let's say this is a good idea, little comrade, but something tells me he is not going to go willingly.
Always try.
You also see his
Tempest.
wings fly out behind you.
Tempest, please, if you have any amount of control over yourself, maybe there is a room inside of this necklace, right? You can just chill out for a minute, no?
And then you all hear a loud, high-pitched whistle. And you just see Tempest suddenly go limp. And then his blade begin to fly up in front of him without him holding it. Which you guys seen him use this technique before with his swords when you met him.
Oh no.
Damn. Oh no.
Okay, Sharingan up.
Roll initiative.
I immediately took a defensive stand.
Makes perfect sense.
My
4.
initiative is not that great. That is a 12.
Can I?
Oh my goodness, I got a 6.
Um,
Fuck me.
That's gonna be a 25, and can I do a knowledge check to see if there's any way to force a creature into my necklace? Or Sin's necklace?
You would know that, yes, you can force a creature in with a failed will save. You would know that already.
Yeah.
All right, Sin
Yeah.
and Ruin, what did you get?
I got a 12.
12.
Grand total 7.
Oh, no. Whew, well.
Fully defensive stance. I got my fucking shield up. I'm like, ah! So I think
Team leader,
my-
permission to do
my
something
AC
super
should be
risky.
28 at this present point in time.
You have a shield up and on?
Yeah, I cast it. It lasts.
Yeah,
Oh, the spell shield. Duh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
spell shield.
I was like, I don't remember you having a shield and the pipe. How are you holding that with that? I was like, duh, that makes more sense now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Memories. Well, Wanda, you got a 25, correct?
Indeed, I did.
Tempest with a plus 10 rolled a 16, so you know what that means?
You go
I get the drop on him.
No. He rolled a 16 and he has a plus 10 initiative.
What's 26?
He's ahead of you by 1.
Yeah, I rolled that earlier just in case he would need it, and yeah, so let's see what we have here. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. Holy shit. Alright, well, I'm gonna need 1, 2, 3. I need another D20 actually.
My goodness.
From me?
No, for him. He's gonna do a thing.
Gonna do a thing.
He's gonna do a thing. I also need more of these damage dice out, and
What is he doing thing?
he
kill
surely
us.
is. All right, that for that, I'll need those, and I'll need both of these.
Can we
This
just
thing
not die?
fucking hurts. You can. You definitely can try not to tie. And there are
What?
things you could do to try to make that happen in this situation, but without moving 80 feet away from you, his blade actually flies out in a spinning circle to cut you all. It's going to attempt to slice all of you. All right. As it piece of cutters its way across, that is a... Whew. Luna or Wanda, who would you say is closer?
I would say I'm closer, probably.
All right. Well, I got good news and bad news. He rolled an 8. That's still a 71 to hit.
Oh, what?
Yeah, that one hits. But the good news is the second one was a natural 1. So Wanda, you're safe.
Ah, son of a bitch! I'm still in this motherfucker.
Sid,
Actually,
would you
I'm
or
sleeping.
Ruin be closer per se?
I was on Ruin's back. That's the best I could say.
Okay, I would unfortunately say that puts Ruin up there. That would leave you as the last one.
Yep.
Okay, so those all hit. Unfortunately, Ruin, yours is a crit.
Ah. Well, damn.
As it flew out. Actually, you know what? Wait, that's his different attack since he threw it. It has a different modifier. So Luna's would still hit. Let me double check. That is a math. For you, that is a 23 that hits you, I think. Yeah, 23 hits you, Luna? I'm assuming that's a yes. Yeah.
Is that a CMD?
No, that's just his attack. I forgot he has different versions of attacks, and I was looking at the wrong ones with the really, really high stats. He's not physically holding it, so it doesn't do that same amount of damage or anything like that.
Oh, thank you, baby Jesus.
For my AC?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, yeah, I have an 18 for my AC.
Okay, cool. Just making sure. I'm going to need this, and this. All right, so we'll roll these in order as they hurt. That is a... You take 24 points of damage from his scythe that slices into you as it passes you by. Hold 24, which with your healing leaves you down to 29 hit points currently. Unfortunately for you, Ruin, for you, Wanda, I'll say that you got your Sharingan up and you're able to deflect it with your blade, but the strength of it kind of like almost pushes you back a little bit. It's a hard deflection. Fortunately for you, Ruin, I'm going to the cards, my good sir.
He
Cards.
crit.
Yep.
He did. He rolled a natural 20 on that one.
Oh, no.
Oh man.
Fuck.
Oh man.
You got through. You're gonna
I think.
survive.
I think. Are we in a boss fight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh.
well, on the bright side, it said normal damage, so you don't get double damage. So,
Yeah, what is it taking from me?
so that's a bonus. You only take, because that's plus a 12, 9. So that's only 21 points of damage from the strike. And then you lose 3 points of strength as the blade fillets down your shoulder and cuts some of your muscle.
Oh. Damn.
Yes, it didn't do as much physical damage, but it did 3 points of strength damage to you. So your strength modifier is now adjusted, which I can explain that to you. It temporarily goes down to a 16.
Oh, so I'm getting a +3 now instead of my +4.
That is correct. Unfortunately. But you know what? That happens to the best of them. So, hey. Oh, let me make sure to add this penalty in here as a temporary thing. Some ability score damage. So I don't forget that it's not permanent and mess you up. There we go. Temporary down to a 3. But it, it could be removed eventually. All right. With that being said, there's Sin's damage. Yeah, let's not forget him. That's 11. That's 23 points of damage to you, Sin. As it rotates and flies back through the air, back towards his hand. And now it's your turn, Wanda.
Okay, how close am I to Tempest right now?
How close are you to Tempest? You are 80 feet away from Tempest.
Oh. Okay. I'm going to fall into the ground and move full speed and try to get behind him. Or move to get behind him.
All right. So you're going to move
Like
full
through the
speed through the ground. So you're going to double move? Because you got your same movement speed normally. It doesn't change when you go into that form. So you don't get faster. But if you're
Yes.
But if you're wanting to double move in the ground, you can't do that.
I am wanting to double move, yes. I will spend my whole round to do this if necessary.
All right. Well, I was going to say, if you want to all-out run, you can do that too, and that'll... Let me see, are you light carry? Yeah, you're light capacity, so that quadruple your speed. You can get all the way to the other end of the room. It'll be your whole turn, but you'd get there. You could even be on the wall behind him if you wanted to. Or on the ceiling, because you'd have enough movement.
I want to be How far is he from the wall behind him?
He's right up against the wall.
I will get up into the wall behind him, yes.
All right. So you all see Wanda immediately fall into the wall after taking that strike, fall into the ground, and seemingly just disappear.
Okay.
All of a sudden, you have up dancing lights. That's not concentration, is it?
I don't think so.
Let me double check. Dancing lights, lights that dance. Come here, lights that dance. Dancing lights. It is medium. No, it is not. It's just up for the time duration. Or until you cease it. So you're good. All right. So, Wanda, you got your movement out on your turn, doing your thing. All right. So, after Wanda's turn, up next in the initiative, we have Ruin.
How far away is this so-called blade?
The blade flew back to him, so it's back to being 100 feet away from you.
I was like, Sin, what are we doing? As I start to cycle around him.
We're trying to get Tempest out of here.
And I will head toward the blade. I will make a movement.
All right.
I'll make a full, not a full move. I'll move up as far as I can and then take another defensive stance.
All right, so you can do that. With you doing that, you'll get to go 30 feet, unless you're flying. Then you can move your full fly feet and then stop.
Yeah, I'll fly 60 feet.
All right, so you get 60 feet. So you get over halfway in the room, and then you kind of stop and put your guard back up, keeping your defenses as high as possible. Feeling the strength as that attack hurt a lot more than you're giving out to him, but keeping up all the things. Up next, we have on the list... Ruined Sin, you were up.
Give me my 5 HP.
If I've still got the same as yesterday, then I get to heal 1 because of the ring.
You do.
Awesome.
So you still got, because it's still the same day. It's honestly, it's only been rough. It's been an early day for y'all, but it's been about roughly 8 hours. It's only about, actually no, because you guys would have had breakfast. So technically, it's been roughly about 13 hours for y'all. It's been a long ass day. But your +1 healing comes back in, so you do get one more hit point.
I'm back to 80. All right. Is there a clear shot between me and Tempest?
Yeah, I'd say definitely with Wanda out of the way and Ruin moved up, and the room is still roughly 30 feet across. Easily enough room.
Okay. Then I'm going to just double check real quick. How far away are Wanda and Luna?
Wanda, you saw disappear into the floor, so you didn't see where Wanda went after that, but you know that Wanda has the ability to do that now thanks to their cloak. Luna is technically 20 feet ahead of you, and looked like she got hit pretty hard. Not as hard as Ruin got hit, but Wanda, avoided the hit with it clanging off of her blade.
Okay. And how far away is Ruin?
Ruin moved 60 feet, so he's 60 feet up there. So he's another 40 feet past Luna.
All right. I kind of want to move at an angle, but I want to hopefully get both Luna and Ruin in haste, which is 25 feet plus 5 for 2 levels. So that's 50 feet area for the two of them to hopefully get haste along with myself.
Yeah,
I know I should be able to
if you move up, then yeah, I'd say you can get them. If you move up within roughly a few feet, you'd be able to get all of you. If you move up 10 feet.
Yeah, I'm going to try and get the 3 of us.
All right. You got to roll a will save, my good bird man.
I rolled a 2. It's my. I'm not raging. That makes it even better. Makes it an 8.
Even better. That's excellent. All right. So,
Oh
for
my God.
Wanda, who's already there, Tempest, who I'm going to make him, making sure that I got everything situated. Wanda there. You're there. Ruin is all the way up there, but not all the way there. Luna is back here. And then Sin just, boom, hit all of y'all. So now all of you are hasted.
Yep. +1 on attack rolls, +1 to dodge bonus for AC and reflex.
Mm-hmm.
That puts me at 30 right now. My AC is 30.
Yep, and you actually have more movement speed.
A plus what to those things?
+1 on attack rolls, not damage.
Yep, you get a +1 to
+1
attack,
AC.
+1 to AC, and +1 to your reflexes, and you also gain 30 feet of movement.
Okay.
So you fast as fuck right now.
Okay.
Also, with the hasted action, before I forget. No, those are conditions. That's combat. That's not what I was looking for. I was getting excited because I think I can make this thing do the thing and do the stuff. With you being hasted, you also get an extra attack at your highest attack bonus. So your first attack bonus is doubled now. You get 2 of those.
Oh.
So if you had a +6 to hit and a +1, you can now have a +6, +6, and +1. Alrighty then. That is your thing. Anything else that you want to try to throw out there?
I am going to move away a little bit, just so we're not clustered.
Excellent. Keeping some
And
distance.
And try and keep a clear line of sight to Tempest.
All right. If you want, you could technically step over where you're directly in front of Tempest. Luna would be off to your left, and Ruin would be, I'm assuming you went in a straight line, so you'd be all the way to the left, right in front of the windows, which aren't here for you at all.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So technically,
I'm coming for that blade. It's like...
Alrighty then. Up next, guess who's back? It's Luna. What you want to do, Luna?
I want to turn into an air elemental, a large air elemental.
Okay, so you turn into a large air elemental. I'm assuming you got all your statsies and all that, and you know your stuff.
I also wanted to know if my strength changed any of my stats for Flame Blast.
If your strength changed, Well, what does your strength change to?
From a 16 to an 18.
Then it goes up by 1 for your attack and damage.
Okay. And what else could I do? I can't attack, right? After changing.
After changing, because you're changing as a standard action, no, but you can move.
I'm going to move.
You can get right up in his face if you wanted to.
I'm not going to get right up in his face. That seems really dangerous.
I think it's a great idea.
I'm going to move up, though. I'm just going to move up far enough where I know I could attack him and then move back. Wait. Attack of opportunity.
It would. Ideally, what you do know is that you have a 10-foot reach, so you can get right to 10 feet, which should be outside of his 5-foot reach for most creatures his size, and attack him. But you'd have to go to 10 feet, which you could technically do at any time because you have a ridiculous amount of movement now.
I'm just going to move up a little bit. I'm going to move up in the air 10 feet.
Okay, so you're just 10 feet flying up in the air?
Yes.
Bet. I will mark that down so I am familiar with where you are and that you are flying as an elemental.
As a large elemental, yes. And that's 8 more hit points, so I don't fucking die the first time I get hit.
I mean, anything's possible.
Yeah.
All right, because I can use a D4 to represent his scythe. There we go. Cool. Everybody and everything in its place. All right, so those are all your things. Coming back up to his turn, he is going to... actually, let's see if he can do anything. Oh no, that is not good, sir. Yes, indeed. So with that is... You see him try to, like, hold back the weapon itself, but he kind of screams out in rage. Ah! And it flies out of his hand again. It is going to fly straight, since the 3 of you are there. It's going to try to hit all 3 of you. As it turns sideways, coming right down the middle, and kind of spinning. It's almost like a gyroscope the way it's spinning. Almost like it has a mind of its own. Let's see. Up first is going to be Ruin. That is actually only a 25. So
that doesn't hit.
That, as it comes to hit you, it glances off of the spell shield. It's kind of put up, and you kind of help deflect it off, but it continues its gyrations, spinning for Luna through the air. That is a 22 to hit you.
Oh, I have exactly 22.
Yeah, buddy. You can
Oh my god.
You can get some of this love.
No, I don't want it.
Look, get some of this love in this club, girl.
Get away from me.
Ooh, shit. All right. Well, that's 9, 7, 16 plus. That is 28 points of damage.
Okay, 48 hit points left.
From 28.
Oh my god.
Thought your large elemental has 68 hit points.
Oh, 40. I'm sorry.
You're right. I was making sure that I had the right number in my head, but that was a strike for 28. Last but not least, young Sin. Oh, my good Sin. That is... Actually, is that a crit? Hold on. Let me double check. Let me check the things. Oh, 'tis not. Simply another strong hit. All right. That is going to be... Altogether, for that one, that is a... Math. 33 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Yeah. 10, 12. On the bright side, it's only 22 points of damage. As that has struck you, as he is seemingly struggling to do something, for lack of a better word.
How's everyone looking?
A little over half.
I was like, my shoulder is fucked up. That's
Beaten and bruised.
But does his fast healing 5 get rid of some of that?
No,
Or is it an actual heal
that's
check?
ability. That's an ability.
Actual ability score damage. Never mind.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I was it's ability score damage. I can't heal that.
Yeah. There it is. Yes. All of a sudden, you hear him scream out with this kind of discordant sound. I need everyone in the room to make a will save, please. Luna at disadvantage.
Ooh.
So if I'm in the room, am
You
I
can
technically
still
in the room?
hear. It's a
Oh.
sonic attack.
That's
Okay,
a 26.
I got a
Boing.
25.
Nice, nice.
Probably my only crit for the fight. So a 30 total. 20 plus 10.
Good, good.
I'm immune.
That'd
No
be a
shit, you're not
23.
there.
23 total.
23 total.
All right. On the bright side, all of you only take the sickened condition as you feel nauseated, so to speak, almost like you have a sense of vertigo. And you get a -2 to all attacks, rolls, and things like that afterwards. So anything you have to roll for gets a -2 to it.
I think I have an immunity to that, or hold on, where'd it go? Give me a second. I'm sorry.
For elemental traits,
No, just as my as a druid. Alright, never mind. I don't remember. I'm looking for my stuff.
are you speaking about purity of body by chance? Because that does make you immune to all diseases, but this is not a disease.
No, not that. Maybe I was thinking of this Call of the Wild, but I'm not sure.
Ah, yes.
But
This is unfortunately a mental attack, which is why it also still affects Wanda in the wall. Alrighty.
Would my necklace do anything against that, or is it not that kind of spell?
Wasn't your damn turn yet, Wanda.
No, I was just okay.
I was gonna say it's a good thing to actually speak about, but you know what's really messed up? Your actual necklace is burnt up for the day, if you remember.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
While your necklace has a lot of tricks, your necklace cannot remove a curse because it used all of that already.
This single damn day's lasted 4 sessions. Okay.
It's a bit.
Dude, we had mini sessions that didn't even last as long as it was that spanned at 105 days. I mean, that's the nature of the beast. We're spending minutes on mere seconds.
Let's see here. Stunning. Nope. Your necklace doesn't protect against that. And against this. Actually, your necklace will try to dispel against this. Oh, nope, that's a 4. That your necklace failed to do that against this one. But it does activate protection from chaos, which gives you a +2 to your AC. And a +2
no.
and a +2 bonus on saves. All right, and it is your turn. As your necklace is now glowing, it glowed red for a moment, and now your necklace is your necklace glowed white for a moment, and now it's glowing red.
All right, guys.
Or the eye in it.
I got one shot at this. Yeah, exactly one shot at this, but I'm going for it.
You only get one shot.
Miss your chance to flow.
All right. So with Sin's necklace in hand, I'm gonna pop out the wall behind Tempest and Pokeball this motherfucker.
Okay, so you're gonna slap the ball on him and try to force him inside of it?
Yup. Well, the ball, the necklace, yeah. Is that
Well,
I'm assuming there's probably a series of checks involved with this.
No, it's just 2 things. One, since you're not throwing, it's not a ranged attack; it's a touch attack. So you roll with a +9 to try to hit him with the ball, or hit him with the necklace, basically, to Pokeball him up.
That will be a... Ooh, fuck, I rolled high.
Hope so.
That's a 28 with the +9. Am I adding anything else to that?
Wait, a 28? Oh, your +9 was a 28. You don't have anything else to add, but that's good. You needed that because even flat-footed would actually... Would you catch him flat-footed? Let me check.
But he was down on the ground.
Well, no, he's standing there, but he's more screaming and raging, holding his own head. But he did not notice you, so he would be flat-footed, which that means that this would hit.
Yeah.
All right, so that means he now needs a will save to not go into the Pokeball. He needs to be able to beat a 20.
Which it sounds like he's fighting some other shit off at the same time. So,
Yeah,
like,
it does.
advantage.
I don't trust his weapon.
All right. You actually do get him as he rolled bad on both of those. That is horrible with advantage.
Ooh.
And with that, he is pulled back into the ball in a glow of ethereal red energy as you step out of the wall.
I can't celebrate too loud. My mom's asleep, and so's my sister.
I'm
But-
just gonna yell at this moment in time. Run, Wanda.
All right.
Down to Asmodeus.
Right. I'll,
Your walk still works.
Take off.
You don't have to use that. Never mind. You can just go down the stairs. Like all of us.
All right. So with that, all right. So now that you have that and you are there, are you trying to move anywhere for your turn?
Is that scythe still there?
Is that what?
Is the scythe still there?
It is.
Shit.
I will, run this to Asmodeus, I guess. Which feels kind of icky, but, I mean,
No,
this was the mission.
No. Sin told
No.
you run.
I told you to run away.
Run away.
Yeah,
Oh, like away?
like away. I told you we don't have to take our pieces off the board. We just have to take their pieces off the board. That's one of
Oh.
his pieces. Run.
Okay, bet. I'm running away. Out the window, down the tower, like I'm gone.
Okay, so you're intending to go through the window?
Spider web.
I was gonna say
still
the
have
other
spider
window.
thing, right?
You do. The other window isn't broken, but I mean, you technically have 30 feet, and it's roughly in the middle of the room, 50 feet. So you can get halfway there.
That's the closest one.
I mean, it's either the one window that leads to the outside, or it's the other windows which are broken. Some of them are broken that lead downstairs into the warehouse where Asmodeus is waiting. I'm assuming
No,
you don't want to
outside.
go that way. So,
Nope, outside.
I mean, if
The
you
other
want to
way,
go
yeah.
down those
Way
broken
from
windows, look, the
Asmodeus.
broken ones are just fine for you to do that.
Nope, I'm running away from Asmodeus. I'm getting the fuck out of here.
All right. So if that's the case, you can move towards those, but you'll need to break the windows. But you don't have the action economy for that this turn. Up next is Ruin.
I'm gonna fly up to that blade and I'm gonna beat the fuck out of it.
All right.
Break into a rage and go into my strength stance.
Nice. All right. Do your thing. Do your thing.
Fuck this goddamn side. Hit me twice, son of a bitch. I don't know what I'm going to be adding because the modifier has changed.
Here, I can help you with that. You have your strength stance and you have your... Actually, it doesn't have that. Oh, no, actually it would. So, with everything you have going on and all your stances, you have a... Currently, if you're using the dual wielding or just one weapon? Oh, no, you said you
I'm
were
using
using...
Angelic Glory.
Angelic Glory. Let me switch that around. If you're holding Angelic Glory, you have 3 attacks, a plus 17, a plus 12, actually plus 17, plus 17, plus 12, and plus 7. And they're 1d8 plus 20.
I'll be right back.
All
Okay, so
right.
17, 17, 12, and 8.
Yes. If you add in
Okay.
haste, actually, sorry, with haste, it's 18, 18, 13, 8.
Okay.
I forgot you have
Uh,
haste on.
then that first one would be a 32.
That hits.
Come on. It would fall into the freaking cracks out of this cock.
Mm-hmm.
So 4.
What'd you call me?
Yeah,
You heard.
like I said it. So 4 plus 20 is 24. That's it, right? I wouldn't add anything else to it.
Well, my question would be, are you trying just to hit this weapon, or are you trying to sunder it?
I am trying to sunder this bitch.
Since you have destructive, you get a +5 to every attack when you try to sunder something.
Oh, so then that would be what, like a 29, or is it?
That's a +5 bonus to damage, I should clarify.
Oh.
Okay, well then,
So
yeah.
you get a +5 for damage, so your +20 becomes a +25, and you have Witch Hunter, because it has spell-like ability, so that's a +28 to your D8.
Okay. So that'd be. God damn. So that's 28 plus 4?
Yep, 28 plus 4, plus, against demons and devils, you get a +2d6, so 28 plus 4 is 32,
32.
plus 2d6.
Plus 5.
37.
All right,
Yeah,
so that's
37.
37 for the first hit that you have, which it does a massively loud rendering sound as you slash into it, and you can see that you've chipped down some of the metal as you batter it in the air.
Alright, next one's a 19 to hit, so that's 19 plus 18.
That hits.
That's definitely gonna hit.
That hits.
Oh, 28 plus. Oh, that's 8. That's max damage right there. 28, 8.
36.
Plus 9. So that's 45.
5.
Another 45 damages. The blade takes another massive hit as you see it spinning through the air. Get your third hit in. Plus 13 to this
30.
one.
No, that's a 30.
Nice, that hits.
Oh, okay, that was measly. That's 2. That's 30. So far, because I rolled a 2 plus 28 is 30. Plus 7 is 37.
All right, another 37 added in, doing some great damage to it as it's still floating there with another massive ring into it, almost sounding like when somebody works on a forge.
Ah! Because this last one, I'm full on hitting that. That's a 28 because that's a natural 20.
That is excellent. So with that, it'll double all of the damage. And you can
Is
either
it
choose
gonna
to get a
double
crit.
or is it going to triple?
Oh no, it triples because it's a crit. So this is actually triple damage. Do you want the card or do you want just the regular crit?
Man, fuck this thing. I want the freaking crit. I want it to hurt so bad. And that's max, because that's 8.
Nice.
So that's 8, so that's 36 already. So 36 plus 7, that's 43 times 3. So that's 129.
That is. I would. It is still up, but it is extremely hurt. Like you can see where it seems to have cracks and light seemingly shining through it, as it looks like it's barely keeping itself together, and it's not moving nearly as fast as it was before.
Fuck you, you goddamn scythe! I will fucking render you.
All right. As that was Ruin's turn, Sin, you are up.
I am going to run the risk of my spell chance failure, and I'm going to try to pull off my telekinesis and stone discus.
All right.
So that's a 5th level spell slot. That's 2 5th level spell slots just gone.
Very
Telekinesis is up, but I have to roll a spell chance failure to see if stone discus comes up. I'm just going to tell you what the D100 is, and you tell me yes or no?
true. Yep.
Light says 81.
That works. As you pull off the spell, get to roll massive damage.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and break that blade as well.
Nice.
Ruin is taking the lead. Stone Discus. Nope, I'm in the level 5 spells. I need to be in the level 2 spells.
Fuck the blade. Break the handle.
Handle's too easy. I want this blade to
Technically get... What level are we at?
11.
11?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so I get all 3.
Oh,
That is true.
Okay.
All 3 of them hit.
All 3.
You get to roll them out because they touch attacks.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so roll them to see if they hit the blade.
Yep. I'll let you know now.
Alright.
It's not too hard to hit the blade at this point.
Okay, 17 on the die plus...
Hits.
Okay.
I can let you know as easy as it is. You just need to be able to hit a 12 now from the amount of damage that Ruin's done to it.
Okay, another 17 on the die for that hits.
Mm-hmm.
And a 20 for the final one.
All right. Well, yeah, they all hit. Yeah, it's yeah.
Alright, so the first one, it takes 6, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 points of damage. If it matters, they technically count as cold iron.
Okay, that does cut through
And
the
magic
damage
and
resistance.
silver.
Yeah, with it being cold iron, it would cut through the damage resistance.
Alright, the second one is 5, 10, 12, 14.
14. All right, 14 damage. You might as well give me all the damage together because I'm gonna need to know how you do this because it only had 2 hit points.
Oh. Basically, after Ruin has finished sundering this blade, I'm gonna pick out the 3 frailest spots and basically just swipe my hand across just as kind of they stagger. Like, one hits, then a split second later the next, and then a split second later the next, and just shatter this blade across the floor.
Cool. With that being said, though, I'm gonna need all of you in the area to roll a reflex save.
Reflex. Ooh, nice.
Actually, I would say, Sin, you would be, because you're still on the far side, you're outside of the range. Is anybody that's within 50 feet of it, which would be
Okay.
Wanda, Luna, and Ruin.
That's right, because Wanda only moved 30 feet. Damn.
Yep, Ruin, you're actually at ground zero, unfortunately. You need to roll a disadvantage.
Ah, I was like, yes. Oh, okay, never mind. That's fine. That's the
I got 23.
So that's
That's,
26.
What was
plus
it, reflex?
4.
It's
Yeah,
reflex.
30.
Good for that 30. You'll take half damage. Basically, if you can get above a 25, you can get half damage.
Damn.
Jesus Chrysler.
Ooh, I almost forgot to add my 33.
You just sundered the demonic prince's weapon, basically.
And I'm making
Well, that's-
pretzels in celebration.
Got some.
Oh, wait. You get a +2, right?
You get a +1 to your reflex.
You get a +1 from reflex.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's
Actually, no, you got a +2 from your necklace.
Oh
Yeah,
wait, I'm
okay.
not going off of
Okay,
my
so
reflex.
that's 26.
Hold on. Oh my goodness.
That's a 26.
Cool.
I'm
With
good.
your 26, you take half damage. So those of you that take half damage take 36 points of damage. The rest of you take 72.
Give
Jesus.
me a second. Let me
I'm
look at
sorry.
my air elementals because hopefully I have more of it.
All right, so I take how much was it?
You took
32.
36.
36.
Okay, that put me at 28. I was like, I'm at 128. I'm fairly decent.
All of the actual... I was going to say all of the windows shatter from the force of the explosion. For you, Sin, I do... Actually, yeah, I forgot. On top of that, you'll need... Because now you guys survived. I need a fortitude save from you because you're in the area where the wind might have blasted you backwards. But it shouldn't be fine. The chances of you, like, falling down the staircase are minuscule.
Me?
8.
Yes, just because you're at the far end of the room and in this enclosed area. Explosions suck.
Yeah. Alright. So 12 plus 6 for an 18.
Oh, you're good. You're able to weather the storm, though it wasn't easy and rough, and it felt like it was going to blow you away. As it was an explosion, and then there was almost this kind of sort of implosion as it
Yeah, Rowan's just like, fuck you, Blade.
Mm-hmm.
Just fuck you.
Fuck it, roll fireball.
I don't have fireball.
I can't do it either.
I know someone who does.
I got a shotgun. That worked.
All righty then. With that all being set, everything seems to have settled and is done, and you have captured Tempest.
I am going to take some of this carpet and like take pieces of this blade and like just kind of wrap in individually with carpet. I'm not going to touch it with my hands. I'm using just the carpet and like a stick or something.
Oh, the pieces of the blade completely exploded. That's what exploded itself. It's not even shards left. It was like the demonic energy inside of it. The blade fully exploded. And what you got hit with wasn't fire per se, but some type of demonic negative energy that impacted outward from it that felt dirty, for lack of a better word. It felt unclean.
Everyone's going to spit. This is...
We're out of combat, though.
You are out of combat.
Okay, I'm healing back up.
Okay.
I have
I'm
exited
still-
my rage.
Wanda is still... I'm gonna cast Expeditious Retreat on myself, and I'm still sprinting out the window. And, towards the school? As per my... I mean, yeah, the school.
Okay. So you're heading back out towards the school.
Unless, Sin, you want to yell at me to stop or something, but I'm... Yeah.
I want you to hide.
You want me to hide?
Hide.
Get as far away as possible and hide.
Hide as far away as possible, right?
I would suggest that because Asmodeus can definitely find us easily.
Yeah.
Okay.
What are we
So, yeah.
gonna do?
I'm getting the fuck out of here.
I am ouched. As I just wait for my gauntlet to heal me as I'm holding my shoulder.
Yeah, I'd say depending, are you waiting until you're fully healed?
I guess, pretty much. If we're not doing anything, I'm just going to wait for it to just...
All right, how many rounds do you need to heal? Shouldn't be too many.
Technically, I just need, like, 3.
Oh, then you're fine. Then yeah, if you're sitting there waiting, you would definitely be healed back up completely. And I can end this little combat music. Boom.
Just like,
He may be able to catch me, but he's gonna have to catch me.
I like that energy. All right. But
all right.
things seem to be completely silent. You don't hear anything. It's not as if Asmodeus came up the stairs. He seems to be staying where he said he was, waiting.
Can
I thought he
follow
was supposed to take care
Wanda?
of it.
I'm asking Sin if I can follow Wanda.
Right now, I'd rather keep as much firepower as we can here, because now, for him to actually hold up his end of the bargain, he has to take Tempest home.
Mm-hmm.
Him and Tempest home.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say home.
Oh, so what are we planning to do if Wanda has Tempest?
It's easy enough. We wait for the portal back to the Nine Hells to be open, and, in all honesty, shove them both through.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing.
All right. All right. So that's the play that you have set. All you got to do is just go downstairs and talk to Asmodeus.
You talk to Asmodeus, I'm gonna talk to y'all's families.
Let's see how bad this can go. And I'm
Right,
going
well,
to start walking back downstairs once Ruin's healed.
Cool.
I mean, I'm already fully healed. I'm just holding my shoulder because I'm still, fucked up.
The pain's still there.
Yeah,
Ability-wise, I am fucked up still.
that is true. With that being said, though, switching back to Talu, as you see that Valerie and the rest of them are there, she just looks at you plainly, and it's odd. You actually saw like the health bars like kind of shudder for a minute for your team, and saw people like get into like the yellow zone. Though you see that Ruin seems to be perfectly fine and is back up to where he was before. But you see her staring at you, and she says, "I want to know where the rest of your teammates are and what danger they are facing. I,
I would.
I particularly wish to know about Luna, but we would like to know about all of our family members."
Just as the heads up, Talu, you can still see Sin in the yellow.
Yes.
I'm at
Talu's
61.
Talu's
Come on,
actually
Dad.
looking. Talu's actually looking past the HUD right at this point.
Mhm.
Because the less he sees, the less he has to lie.
Also true.
Come on, Red.
I was going to say, you do see that Luna's in the red. Talu's
Yeah.
Luna's in the red. Wanda's in the green. Ruin's back in the green as he went from yellow to green. And you see that Sin is in the yellow.
Cool. But yeah, you just gotta look at them like the last I saw of them, they were escorting a willingly captive individual in search of the person that was behind all this. That's all the information I can give you. That's all I know. And as far as how much danger, to be honest, with my team, I've learned to expect the worst and hope for the best.
Without missing the beat, she says, "Who was the prisoner they captured?"
He's gonna look. He's gonna look at the headmaster like, "Do I tell them?"
And you see him kind of like look to you for a moment. And then when he begins to speak, she just says, "Elavar Elamaris of House Elamaris. If you try to lie to me, it'll be the last thing that you regret doing on this earth. And you have my word." And kind of like looks at her like, "Who the hell are you?" Wait. And you see like this recognition come into his eyes.
My computer.
And then she just turns and looks at you. "Now I asked you a question, Talu." And you see Sailor kind of looking at you, looking concerned, like, "What are you trying to hide? What's wrong?"
I think at this point, I want to look at the headmaster again to see what his reaction is to that.
He seemingly has seen that something about Miss Sharp has thrown him off as he's realized something. And I would say make a sense motive check.
Cool. That is. Let me see. Sense motive. 6 plus. You fucked up my dice roll, you damn cat. 6 plus 16.
Even though you can see he's trying to hide it, he is shook.
He's just gonna look at her very plainly and state, "Well, we believe or have suspicion with no true confirmed facts that the individual that they were escorting is none other than Asmodeus himself." So he claims.
To which you see Sayla immediately like clutch at the pendant around her neck and kind of like ward herself against evil. And you see the others kind of back off. And you see Sharp just look at you and have you bound Asmodeus somehow.
I am unsure of what the current situation is, as I am here.
And she just looks past you to the headmaster. "Elamaris, I don't know exactly where my daughter is right now, but I want to know that information. Make that happen. Please." And even though you hear the word "please," it sounds a lot more like a command.
I'm giving you the respect of your house, but bitch, if you do not listen, I will end this house.
Leave my dice alone.
I
That's it.
will see.
Give me fate.
I will see what I can do to acquiesce to your requests, Miss Sharp. Very well. And she just turns back to the family. Let us go sit back down and have some evening supper. It's been a very long day so far, and I'm sure that we need to rest soon.
I'm just gonna give a very solemn and almost like apologetic look to Sela.
Yeah, she just looks very concerned. She knows that there's something wrong that you're not telling her about, or there's something that you're not saying but she's not going to ask or question it.
And Talu's gonna be like right as they turn away, he's gonna look at the headmaster. We will be heading to the temple district. If you need me, simply call and I will rush.
Of course, be careful. It is very dangerous out there.
Am I still exhausted?
I would say at this time you had enough hours to rest. You're good.
All right. And with that, he's just gonna nod and pretty much. Ooh, on my way out, do I see anybody that I recognize that I believe would work as a guard?
You mean a guard for the school?
No, like to escort me. Basically, I'm looking for someone that way. I'm not going out there all by myself.
I would say you would actually see the team Darkspell is actually just returned with a new group of people.
Dark spells, Avarice in them, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna look at them and be like, what do y'all have going on right now?
You see Avarice kind of look like it just returned these people from the reports of other teams. Most people have been evacuated out of the districts, but we only have so much room, and it's bad out there.
I'll be right back.
I fully understand. Oh, jeez. Is there any way I can request for an escort? I'm headed to the Temple District.
You hear Adam kind of chuckle, and you just see Avarice say, "Please tell me it's to summon some massive god to destroy all this bad stuff so we can end all this."
I don't know what it is. I feel that's where I need to go.
You see it kind of look at it like, blast it all. Fine. Okay, team, we're moving out. Grab your rations. Get a bite to eat. We leave in 2 minutes.
He's just gonna very, very untalu, especially whenever interacting with Avarice. He's gonna give her a very courteous bow. Thank you, Avarice. I can't tell you how much I appreciate this.
Just thank me by ending all of this, whatever it is, and saving these people. They don't deserve this.
If I need to give my life for it, I will. I promise.
And you just hear Adam kind of give a chuckle and say, "That's a pretty big promise."
And he's just gonna raise his eyes to Adam, and I've never gone back on my word.
Just gives you a slight head nod of respect. 2 minutes later, you guys are out and on your way, doing the best you can. Make a perception check.
Cool. Let me get a dice from my cat. That seems to be. It's my dice, asshole.
It's their dice now.
Stop. Leave my hand alone.
It's their dice, comrade. The fuck?
Right? Heavy fate.
You don't run shit around here.
Leave it. You got perception, right?
Yes.
15 plus 9. Leave my fucking dice alone.
You see, actually, as some children are running, you see that there's a demon flying near them, and you see an arrow piercing right through one of its wings to kind of cause it to collapse and fall into a building. As you see, kind of like running behind it is Henry, who's firing arrows at it to kind of... It's not so much hurting it enough to kill it, but he's wounding it enough that it can't fly after the children, to the point where it just turns to go after him, which, from what you can see, he's bruised and bloodied. He's taken his fair shot of hits apparently tonight so far. And just as it gets to him, somebody else kind of flies by, and you just see a fist slam into the demon, and its head just explode.
Damn.
As you see Scales kind of like look back over at Henry like, yeah.
Oh, because he's human.
Yeah, for the most part.
He's just gonna wave to Henry like kind of check him like, "Are you good?"
You see Henry kind of just breathing hard, like his shirt is ripped. He has scratches all over him. It's kind of like bleeding past one of his eyes. Kind of has his head wrapped.
I think at most I probably just try to call him towards us.
Oh,
And the child is already running towards us, right?
The children were, yeah, as they kind of ran that way, and you see that she tells Kat and Adam to go ahead and take them back to the academy. To which you see Adam kind of ironically pick up kind of both the kids. They're toddlers around like maybe 7 or 8. Kind of pick them both up like, don't worry, I got you. As they were crying and dirty.
I'm gonna motion for Henry to follow them.
He just is waving off his hand. And he's like, don't worry about it. This little kind of pats him on the back, which looks like it hurt more than anything else. He's been trying to run around here and be the hero.
What's his name? Scales is doing that?
Oh, yeah. And Scales is one of those heavy-handed people, so even you hear like a boom of his hand hitting.
He's just gonna look at Scales, give a polite bow, like, well, that one is attached to one of my teammates, so let's make sure he gets back alive, please.
If he dies, he dies.
Good old grandpa.
Then he kind of pauses, like, "What are you kids doing all out here? It's dangerous out here."
I am going to make a Hail Mary pass. Well, what would be the equivalent of a Hail Mary pass in this world?
Mm-hmm. You are going to ride the dragon, as one might say.
Okay. And I'm like, I am going to attempt to ride the dragon and pray to all the heavens in the world that this pays off somehow.
You just see him raise his eyebrows, ride the dragon.
Not you, dragon, the metaphor.
Mm-hmm. Knew you snakes were racist. That's fine then. Most of the way out this way is clear other than a few stragglers. Something about the holy people seem to be throwing these things off.
Great. That means I will have ample security and time to do what I need to try to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, don't die. My grandson actually likes you guys. More or less.
He's just gonna look at him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if I die, it's only gonna be because I had to.
And you see him kind of point at one of them, and he says, "And you make sure you take care of this bunch of people. That's your responsibility, or else put an ass."
What does Get do when it says that?
You just see Get give him a full-on military salute. Yes, sir. And you see Get kind of stalk up towards the front of the group and says, "I'll take the lead, Avarice." And he gives a bow to her, respectfully. But she kind of pauses for a moment, like, it just kind of looks like, did he just...
Tyler puts his arms up like, look, I'm not involved in this.
Like, this... The fuck did he...
To the temples! Like, so Tyler's trying to interrupt the whole thought process.
You see this confusedly start to walk, but you can see, like, the wheels are turning, like, I know the fuck somebody didn't just take the fuck over from me.
Grandpa Scales does that.
But they seem to be heading back off on the way, and you see Scales kind of like hit Henry on the back, like, get a move on. Get your ass up. But you make it out to the temple district, and it seems to be safe. It seems to be very secure. The streets are the cleanliness that you've seen. As for some reason, there seems to be some type of barrier that's actually around the actual edges of the district that seemingly is allowing humans in, but not anything demonic, as demons are catched up against the edge of it, and a lot of them are dead.
I'm going to make a beeline for Pharasma's temple, because that's the one I know best.
Mm-hmm. It takes you a bit longer, as the streets here are packed. Think like Mardi Gras, think of like concerts. It's basically wall-to-wall people trying to stay within this barrier.
Not the butt.
Basically. But you eventually get there, but it takes you longer to get from there to the temple in the district than it did to walk from the school.
Damn.
Everybody's packed in there trying to stay inside the bubble. People on the edge are people with like spears and stuff that are like having them so they can hold off against people. But other than that, that's pretty much it. It's just people there, children crying, people trying to get comforted, people trying to move in and out of temples that are trying to help feed people as best they can.
Let me see what I got.
And
real
now you
quick.
understand why the streets are so empty and homes are empty. It's because people fled to these
Every
safe
year.
havens.
Yeah.
Yet our dumbasses are out there at the docks.
Wait, I have a quick. I'll ask this after the session's over. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. I don't really have anything I could do. You know what? I do have something I can do. I'm going to pull out my flute,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna try to make it a little more not cheerful, but at least calming. I want to
Okay.
play the song of that song, "Angel of Somebody."
Oh, popular enough song, and it kind of gets a few people starting to sing along to it, and before you know it, make a performance check to see how well this goes over.
All right, and so I'm playing with my flute, so I get plus.
Hey, play with your flute. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
That's Tolly. That's what he did.
Let me see. Where's my? You said performance.
Yes, indeed.
Wind instruments a 9 plus the 4. 9 to 13 plus.
Heavy fight.
Too late. Already rolled.
That's it. Next one, you
13 plus 15, 28, right?
All right. Yeah. So with the
Yeah.
28, you hear people starting to sing along. You hear the crowd kind of. It's almost like those a cappella moments at a concert where people are swaying together in the crowd and just singing a song together. Imagine it's all of them singing "Hey Jude" together. It has that type of energy.
Cool. And yeah, that's mostly just to try to get mostly the children calmer.
Yeah, it seems to have that desired effect. It's less crying now and more people listening and singing to the music, which is kind of alleviating the pressures of the stress and anxiety of the moment.
Neat. I did a thing.
But yeah, with that, you're able to make it to the Temple of Pharasma, which is packed full of people also. Most of them are just in kind of a soup kitchen line trying to get food to eat. And the people here, the clerics and stuff here, are just helping to feed people at the moment and give people places to sleep as much as they can. People are just laid out, other than walking in through the front and being able to like come to the line, eat, get something to eat, and walk back out. That's pretty much everything that you have. And most people are standing there eating their food and then passing their bowl back so it can be cleaned out so they can then move back to the back of the line and leave out. Or find a place to sleep. So far, smaller Temple of Pharasma is holding about roughly 200-300 people total that are laid out places and eating.
I want to find the young girl that I usually interact with when I'm here. Or the younger girl. I'm not sure how old she is.
Definitely already in the soup line helping people out.
Without like throwing off her groove, I'm just gonna kind of whisper like, I need help with. I need to try my best to contact the Lady Pharasma. It's of the most utmost importance.
And she just kind of looks at you wide-eyed, was like, we don't hear from Pharasma. She doesn't speak to us directly.
If
She looks completely lost at the idea of talking to Pharasma. Like, you might as well say that she just called the president.
so I was like, all right, I understand. I gotta try anyways. I have nothing else. I have to try.
You just hear Avarice says, you came here on a bet to try?
He's just gonna look at her. Did you have any other ideas?
Other than asking for gods that don't seem to give two shits about this city to help after hours of it being under siege and hundreds of thousands of people dying? Yes, I have much better ideas.
Then, by all means, you're free to abandon me here. I appreciate you getting me here, like I said before. But this is the best I can think of. My team's in trouble. There's a lot at stake. And I feel like, again, my biggest hunch was this is where I needed to be. Maybe not this temple, but at least this area.
With that, you just see her kind of just look like she wants to say something, but just turn and walk off. Team Darkspill, we're moving. And we see the rest of them, as Adam and them are caught up at this point, are kind of making their way back through the crowd. And the last thing you hear her say in the distance is, Sin, what exactly is going on? I need a sit rep immediately. At which, while you're standing up there after capturing Tempest, that's what you hear is Avra's voice in your ear, angrily blaring out that she needs to know what's going on immediately, and she needs a situation report.
Oh, that's what Sin hears?
Yes.
None of us else here, just Sin.
Just Sin.
Is there a almost like an altar in this place?
Oh yeah, the food line is actually in front of the altar, so you can just walk past and go to the altar itself.
That's what I want to do, and I'm gonna drop to my actually, you know what? I will become a human form, just so I can drop to my knees.
All right, prostrate yourself. Which some people kind of ooh by, but most people really don't give two shits because they're hungry.
Yeah, well, I imagine. And basically, Talu just reaching out, and almost in a very desperate manner. Like, first, of course, he's reaching out to Pharasma because this is her place. Saying, just thinking to himself, I've been here for guidance. Your clerics, your people have helped me see a lot of things through different views, and I understand that you don't speak, but perhaps you'll listen. We need something. We need an idea, some sort of guidance, some route, something in what we should do next to keep a repeat of what happened before happening again.
Roll a D100.
That's going to be a 78.
All right. As you reach out and offer your thoughts to the goddess, hoping that she can hear you and that she'll respond. We'll come back to the warehouse. Sin, as you hear Avarice blaring in your ear that she needs to know what's going on, what do you do?
I'm going to kind of blink because it's right in my ear, correct? And she shouted at me.
It sounds like she's yelling right in your damn ear.
I'm just going to be like, I'm just going to hold my hand to my head like, ow. We just captured the son of Asmodeus. Wanda is escaping with him now. We're going to have to find a way to push them both back into hell. Would you care to assist us?
I just spent the last hours escorting Talu to the Temple of Pharasma.
Good, then you're close-ish.
Technically, no, they're in the opposite direction.
Oh.
Son of a bitch.
The Temple District is kind of to the southwest of the school, and you guys went to the northeast.
Okay, well, I'm like, oh, well, damn.
Then we're going to go and meet you at a midpoint between where we are and where you are.
I'm assuming you describe where you are and everything like that?
Yeah, I'm going to tell her where we are at the docks and whatnot.
Yeah, Ruin's just going to kind of lean against the wall. This is going on. Holding his shoulder still.
The closest place where we could probably be with enough space would be the main road between Aegis and all the way out towards the capital, towards the Erudite district where my uncle lives.
Good.
I'll get us there. We'll meet you there in just a few minutes. Or we can come directly to you. Where are you? Exactly.
Meet us there. I have to go collect Wanda after we get Asmodeus to you all. I don't feel like putting the two of them too close together for too long.
Understood. Which, at that, the
Hey, can I ask a
communication
question
cuts.
real quick?
Yeah.
when I left, okay, the school is where the refugees are being taken, yes?
That's where some of the refugees are being taken. It seems that most people have been being gathered at certain places around the city, but unfortunately, there's more people and less places that are needed. So there's a lot of people that are just out here on their own.
Okay. Um, I guess my question is which is closer, the Sindel, the Tenebrous compound, or the school?
I would say the Sindal Mansion compound is closest. The school would be second. And then if you went all the way to the farther side of town, all the way out to the north, past the castle, then you'd find the Tenebrous compound. And to the southwest is where, southwest is where the religious district is. So ideally, the closest place to you right now, of about roughly, as you would know, because this is near the area where you actually came out into the streets, it's actually the alleyway that you come out into is actually an extension from the one where you fought those vampires spawned before. You're roughly about 8-9 blocks away from the Sindao household, where their compound, I should say.
Man. Okay. Okay.
Doggy.
Get off my foot, fucker.
I'll just wait for you to come back to me then, because I'm debating where I should go right now.
All right. All right. So with that being said, Sin, as you all, I'm assuming, head back downstairs to Asmodeus.
Yep.
And as he's standing there with his arms crossed, he just kind of looks at you all and says, I fail to see my son anywhere. I also don't see Wanda.
Very true.
Are you here to negotiate with me, little fox?
More along the lines of finish what our original agreement was. We have Tempest. Sorry, I forgot it. I forgot his name for a second. We have Tempest. And as it said, you are going to take him back and yourself. We just need to make sure that it's not any place that anyone will get hurt. So we're going to meet up with another team, and then I'll bring Wanda, and then you and your kind of a weird look on my face son can go home.
Just to be clear, you're attempting to not allow me to leave immediately as I could do, but you want me to meet this other group of people for some reason.
The mask can come off in the sense that I don't trust you at all.
Then you're not as stupid as some may have told me. But since our masks are coming off and you see him shift into the form you would know as what you've seen depicted as Asmodeus being basically a large red-skinned tiefling-like looking creature with large black horns, and you see that the stick he was holding at his side turns into this massive black iron mace that seems to just be radiating death as he gently puts it onto his shoulder and ascends to a normal 20-foot height version of himself. Since we're taking off the mask, I bore of all of this placating, and I have business elsewhere. So bring me my child, or I will simply smash you, smash this city, and smash everything in it until I find him and drag him back for the punishment that he has coming. So, little fate-touched champion, I offer you this. Either comply or death.
Comply.
As it always gotta be death. The road just literally, why?
I would also assume, did you guys start talking from the stairs when he started talking at you, or did you come all the way down?
Oh no, we started talking at the stairs.
All right. Then I would
So I'm
say
barely staring him in the face.
when you get about roughly 100 feet away, I'm going to need you to make a will save if you keep walking. As he is now in his full glory. Well, a bit of his full glory.
Okay, that's a 15 plus my 10, I believe, for will.
Mm-hmm. Oh, be the
Yeah,
same
25.
for all of you if the rest of you are walking down the stairs also.
I was behind Sin, so.
Mm-hmm. Give me that roll. Mm-hmm.
Said it was a will save.
It is.
I got a 22.
Oh, wait, that's not the one he has. That's this. All right, and he is using because he has his aura, and his aura does.
Can I break into a rage before this? Just in case.
I mean, if you want to come down in a rage to him, you can.
No, I'm good.
Oh yeah. Whew. Wait, what? He can. Oh, and he gets to choose. Welp. Let's see here. That's kind of fucked. So, as you enter that realm, unfortunately, Sin, your intelligence and wisdom both seem to get hit, and you can't really gather your thoughts as sharply as you could before. Like, you're not sure exactly what it is or what it was that was done, but you just know that things you could think of and like the thoughts you had going before are a struggle to even come close to understanding at this moment. You don't know exactly what he did, but you know he did something.
Okay.
Game-wise, mechanic-wise, you took ability damage to your wisdom and intelligence of a 6.
Okay, so I'm back down to average. Whew. That's not good.
Which also would affect your spell casting.
My spellcasting is charisma.
Oh yeah, it is charisma based. Forgot about that. So no, it doesn't affect those.
It would for Luna.
For me, I'd be dumber than a rock. I'd be a true barbarian with that.
What about Luna?
If you took the same intelligence and wisdom damage that I just did.
Mm-hmm. That could be a thing. So for you, Ruin, you said that you had. Oh yeah,
22.
you did. Yes, you feel the same thing happened to you, except yours hits your strength and your dexterity.
Oh man, I'm at a freaking 0 or a -1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for both of them because they were both at 16. So like my shit's all fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
If you lost 6 points from 16, you'd be at 0, not -1.
Oh well, then there I'm at 0 and 0. My strength and my dex are both zeros. Well, that's my wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you like die?
No,
No,
the
not-
score has
modifier.
to reach 0. The
Yeah,
modifier is
modifiers
0.
are at 0.
Right.
Oh,
The score has
Gotcha.
to reach 0.
Correct.
Yeah, so I technically have 3 zeros at the moment.
Ditto.
And a -2.
Mm-hmm. All right, and Luna. Will save.
Oh. Ooh. That's a 26.
26. Unfortunately, no. Sorry to say that, but you also get hit with your abilities, which your highest 2, your strength and constitution get dropped. Actually, no. You have wisdom. He would take your wisdom and your strength, because that's funnier to actually know, because you're kind of hurt, aren't you? Yeah, actually, no. He's gonna be even more of a shit to you. He can pick between them. It doesn't have to be the same. Oh, well, fuck, Wanda. I'm sorry, well, Luna. I am sorry about this, but all of your capabilities of casting spells have just been lost.
Okay. So I'm human.
You're still elemental.
Okay.
But all of your stuff, he hits you with 12 points of ability damage,
Okay. Cool
which
beans.
you can cast cantrip level spells. That's kind of it.
But my strength isn't hit. Like,
Nope,
what
he
is
didn't
it?
touch any of your other abilities. He just knocked your wisdom down to an 8 overall.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's nice. We're gonna die.
I can still see Wanda on my heads-up display, correct?
You can. From what you can see, Wanda's health is perfectly fine.
I'm not the dumb one now.
No, wisdom is street smarts. Intelligence is still book smarts.
I have a +2 to book smarts.
That is very true. Technically, you're smarter than Sin right now.
Ah! 2 + 2 = chair. Who's the dumb one now?
And sadly, that makes a little bit of sense for you, Sin, which is probably the terrifying part.
Because Ruin usually breaks chairs into a lot of pieces, and 2 + 2 is a lot. So yeah, I'm going to message Wanda and ask Wanda, come back. It's not even a game that we can play. Even from the beginning, we were at best errand boys.
Yeah.
This was quite an interesting little
actually-
contest. But you do
This
get
is
that from
Actually,
Sin.
that message.
Yeah, the message goes through. He wouldn't have any reason to block that.
At this
And
point,
what it
Rowan's
is-
down. He is tired.
What did Asmodeus say to me?
He says, so are we bringing this little charade to an end? This has been interesting. But tick-tock, as they say, I believe. And you see him swing his mace and slam a full, like, small massive ship that was being built into splinters.
Wanda, are you returning?
Oh man.
I would say that from where you were, you can hear the sound of a large smash in the building.
Fuck.
You see him casually swing his tree trunk sized mace now and smash a separate ship.
How far did I get?
You're roughly about a block and a half away or so.
At this point, Rowan's like, "Do you want me to go get him?"
Can I reach out to anybody else?
You just see Asmodeus just shake his head no.
All right then. Well, Rowan's sitting down the stairs.
Yeah, you probably don't want to go down there where he's at because he's fully smashing all the ships now. Like, he's decided that's going to be his thing.
Can I reach out to anybody else? Like, am I in range?
Who are you trying
Talk
to reach out
another
to?
team, maybe? Are there any other teams in my area?
The area that you're in, no, because this is the area where the military was mostly working.
All you got was come back, Wanda.
You're basically a couple of hours away from the school, movement-wise.
Hours? Jesus. Okay.
Teleria is fucking massive. There are people who live in a district of the city that never leave that district.
What's everyone's... Can I speak to Tempest? Or does it not work like that?
It does
Do I
not.
have
You would
to-
have to let him out to do so.
Fucking A.
As Asmodeus
I need,
smashes a
like,
third ship, it's like I'm starting to run out of things to smash.
I'm rolling for it, guys. I'm sorry. I gotta roll for this. I'd say, I'd say, team leader, since it's your order, I'll let you choose, high or low.
Give me high.
High. Oh man, it's a 50 fucking one, bro.
By 1%, Joy.
Jesus Christ. All right, I'll stop. I'll be like, wait, I'll look at what's everyone's status on my head up display.
You can't tell. Our
I
health
was
looks
gonna
fine.
say,
We're fucked up.
Ruin's health looks fine. Sin's health is still in the yellow. Yours is green. Talu's is green. You see that Luna's actually looks red overall.
I just say, are you sure I can get away? I think no one is pursuing me.
Unfortunately, he doesn't exactly look like he's going to let us leave.
Yeah, it's come back or we die, pretty much.
It's come back or he tears apart this plane of existence trying to find Tempest. And with no other gods to contest him, I have a feeling he'll enjoy it.
Also, Luna, you see him kind of wave his hand kind of absentmindedly, and you shift back into being a tiefling again.
Okay.
I'll
Also, it's not a comfortable feeling. Like normally when you shift, it's kind of a freeing feeling. It feels very, very evasive when it happens, when he does that.
Ugh. I don't like that.
Yeah. It's like the equivalent of somebody ripping a jacket off you.
Damn.
I'll head back.
Mhm.
I'll begin to head back.
All right. You see Asmodeus look around, it's like, oh, I'm all out of ships to break. Well, then you see him just take a quick running swing upward and smash through the rooms that you two were in before, kind of leaving a hole through it, which, Wanda, you see now a huge mace kind of fly out of the top of the actual building as Asmodeus made himself grow even larger to smash all the way through it. Which now there's a massive skylight and a huge rip and hole, as literally a whole smashing of the back section. Plus, most of the roof has a huge rip through it.
Everyone's like, the sky.
Nice cold breeze comes in and the snow begins to drop. See him kind of pause for a moment looking out at the moonlit sky. It seems like Asmodeus is lost in a thought for a moment. Wanda, as far as coming in, you can either come back in the front doors or you can come in one of the side doors that were to the side of the warehouse.
Front door, I guess.
Okay. As you walk in, Asmodeus is roughly 80 feet tall. As seems to be staring up at the sky. If you didn't know any better, you'd swear he almost might be a large statue, the way he's just standing there, perfectly still.
Like, look up at the sky to see what the fuck he's looking at.
Just snow falling from a full moon.
I will just wait in silence for him to, I feel like he's having a moment. I don't want to interrupt that. Yeah.
That weapon of notes then is Wanda here yet?
You all can see Wanda at the front door.
Oh, I wonder.
You see that Asmodeus seemingly just begins to slowly shrink down back to a normal, like 7 foot tall being. And then you just see him look towards Wanda and says, I don't see Tempest.
I tell you where he is, you go back to hell. That is my deal.
He is here, though.
That is what you say to him. I would say either make a actually
Until he makes the deal, motherfucker,
make an
damn!
intimidation check or a bluff check or a diplomacy check, depending on how you want him to take what you just said.
Make what?
You can make
Diplomacy,
either a
intimidation,
diplomacy,
or
bluff, or an intimidation check.
I want to say diplomacy,
Okay.
because
Oh, I
this
forgot
is
you're
just
within range
straight
of him
up.
also. I'm gonna need a will save from you. Oh, and the amulet won't work because of this either. Because as he's turned to you and looks at you, you've locked eyes with him, which your Sharingan wouldn't unfortunately help with this at this moment.
That's
Definitely
going to
wouldn't.
be... Which one do you want first, the diplomacy or the will save?
The will save would happen first because that would happen immediately once you're in there.
Okay, and that's going to be... do I still have a +2?
You do.
Okay, then that'll be easy.
Oh, actually, no. For this, you wouldn't get a +2 because that's protection from chaos, and he's lawful evil.
Oh,
So if you
okay,
have it, it
well,
just
that'll
doesn't
be...
work on him.
That'll still be 25.
25 total. Unfortunately, that would not do it. He to fuck you up. Actually,
Dude, we just got here.
you did, but you weren't here originally, and unfortunately, this is something that he's not actually stopping from happening anymore. I will say that you feel a large bit of confidence drop as your charisma drops by 12 points down to an 8.
Oh, hell no.
But you can make your diplomacy check. Your diplomacy is a +5 at the moment with this, though, because of the penalty.
Okay, well, dirty 20.
Okay, comes out to 20 altogether. Kind of takes a look at it. Give me Tempest. I won't repeat myself again. In Sin, you feel this very odd sensation, almost as if, for lack of a better word, if something was being pulled from you a little bit. But it doesn't feel like it's being pulled towards Asmodeus.
Can I take a moment and focus on that?
Yeah, if anything, you would say that it feels like something is draining a bit away from you, though it's hard to pinpoint what. But it feels more like an additional energy is being pulled from you. If you would like, I would say make a sense motive check.
Definitely. Okay, 18 plus sense motive of 6 for 24.
Trying to kind of focus on it, you kind of think for a moment. You can almost see what looks to be like a glowing thread from you. It seems to be floating up into the air, and it seems as if that bright thread that you normally used to seeing before is slightly fading. And you kind of like looking up as you see it kind of travel up. You just see Asmodeus kind of chuckle for a moment. I would suggest that you all hurry. It doesn't seem that my brethren are doing too well against Thara's doom. Especially your Raven matron. Not to give a history lesson, but the last time to be in prison, the knowing mistress had to sacrifice herself to be wounded, to which she is still not recovered from.
Oh,
I think that the
shit.
matron would make an excellent sacrifice to do it again. And Pelor, if nothing is predictable.
I'm just gonna hold out my hand to Wanda for the necklace, please.
I tossed the necklace to Sin.
You see that cord flicker a little bit, Sin. And you realize the strength you're probably feeling, Faye, would be that of the Raven Queen that normally augments your bit and the armor.
It's fading.
You see it flicker, almost like a light bulb that's not fully pushed in or fully screwed in.
Taking a step back for a moment out of character,
Mm-hmm.
would I know of any way that I could try and push my power to the Raven Queen at all, or no?
As a character, you have no idea, but if you would like to attempt to do such a thing, I'd allow your will save to try. Though you'd be using your augmented will right now.
Which is...
I don't believe, which
Wisdom.
technically would be just a
It's
flat
a
roll.
+7. Yeah, no,
You got-
+7.
Oh yeah, you just got your +7. Doesn't have any other bonuses to it that you normally have from it, or could have from it, I should say. So yeah, you could do that if you would like.
I do want to try that. I'm not sure what I'll get, but I do want to try that before I release Tempest.
Roll a D100.
Roll a D100.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
There's no way that I could assist Sin with this, could I?
Oh, not in the slightest. Especially with your natural anti-affinity towards anything magical. This would be swimming upstream for you at best, backwards.
Right. 78 plus 7 for an 85.
85. With that, Sin, are you standing on the stairs still?
Yes.
Okay. All of a sudden, Ruin, you see Sin suddenly seem to go limp and begin to fall forward. Are you going to attempt to catch him before he falls down?
Yes, I do.
Make a reflex save, please.
What would be my modifier on that? Since I would lose 3. So it
Your
would be what,
reflex would
3?
be straight up a
4?
4.
Okay, so that is a 22 then.
All right. With
Wait,
that,
did
you're
I
able
toss
to.
him?
You did toss it to
Is
him, and
this
Sin
after
caught
I
it.
gave you the necklace?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
you handed him the necklace, and then you saw Sin hold it and look up, and seemed for a moment he just seems to just his eyes roll back, and you see him fall forward, and you see the Ruin has caught him. From what you can see, he's still breathing, but he looks unconscious at the moment. You're not sure why or what.
At that point, Rowan's going to take over and just grab the necklace, and I don't know how to make this thing work, and just try to pop out Tempest.
And you just see Asmodeus says, "Just hand me the necklace."
Very well. Rowan will hand it to him.
Okay. Do you throw it to him, or do you just hand it to him?
I hand it to him. He said hand it to him, so I'm handing it to him.
All right. You fly over and hand it to him. And with that, he holds and says, "Interesting little trinket." And you see him kind of hold it up to his eye. His eyes kind of glowing. It says, "There you are." And then you see him rapidly shake the necklace really hard.
He's snow globing him.
Imagine me having to come all the way out here to find you. You're going to have to pay for that. With that, a deal is a deal. Luna, come here. And he turns and looks at Luna. Are you going there?
Yeah, sure. Hesitantly, but yeah.
Okay. And as you slowly walk that way and you come down before him, you see him kind of look at you for a moment. You're quite injured, aren't you? It's okay, child. You should have nothing to fear from me. You helped me today. So what I'm going to do in return is give you assistance also. And you see him place his hand upon your head, and you feel almost a uncomfortable warmth spread through your body as you are fully healed.
Yeah. Thank you.
You also are healed from your ability damage.
Okay, cool beans.
Remember what I've done for you this day, and remember the way that I was treated when I only came to help. They will never fully understand or accept us.
By that, does he mean like demon people?
He doesn't clarify.
Okay. Alright then.
And with
Ruin's
that,
just curious. Ruin is literally curious at that statement.
I just nod my head.
and with that, he kind of turns over your hand, and you see him take his thumbnail and stab it into your hand, which sharply hurts, which does lose you some hit points, but you have them back now to lose.
Of course.
As you are bleeding, you see him take that same thumb with the blood, and you see him mark his symbol over your head, and to which it seemingly opens up another portal again. And you see him just kind of take a moment to look at you all. I'm sure that we will all meet again soon enough, one way or another.
Do we have to?
And you see him just slowly float into the air and through the portal, which then closes behind him.
Cool.
And
See, I told you.
And that is where we will end tonight's session for you all.
Is Luna leaving with Tempest
Oh, no.
and Asmodeus?
Nope. The portal was
No.
above her head. He just floated up and through the portal, and then it closed.
Okay.
Though she does have her blood in a upside down pentagram on her forehead, but you know, things. And that is where things end for y'all. Let's see.
Oh, man, so that means we're still stuck with ability point damage too. Fuck.
You are.
Minus Luna.
Minus Luna.
See,
That's
You
a couple of
happens when you're
restoration.
what happens to you what happens when you're nice to a betrayer god? You know what I mean? See?
And I got like a -9 to my strength. I'm at a 10.
Yeah, we're definitely going to be spending quite a few weeks in the recovery ward.
I'm gonna pass around potions of cure lesser restoration. I still have a couple.
You do.
I am unconscious. I cannot drink
Yeah.
them.
That is also
Sink
true.
it. It's like, you
have-
can't drink.
You have 4 of those left if you wish to hand those out.
2, 3. Yeah, I'll hand them out to 3 of them. I'll hand 3 of them out to each. Who needs it the most? Because I can hand 1 more out.
I was going to say, Sin is unconscious, Ruin is holding him, and Wanda's kind of standing there in the doorway.
I mean, Wanda took -12, and I'm sitting to her. What is it? What did you get? 12 -12 to Wanda,
Charisma.
and I got -9 and a -6.
Mm-hmm.
So I have
Oh,
-15 to ability scores to 2 different ones.
Correct.
Oh,
The potion can only heal 1 at a time.
I've only got
Okay,
intelligence and wisdom lost. Well, that's 12 points total.
okay.
Yeah, it's a kind of nasty ability he has. He can either take 12 from 1 ability or 6 from 2, among other things.
I'm gonna cure light wounds on Sin.
You do heal him up, which gives him the max hit points for that, which is true. He was still a bit hurt. So how much is that?
1d8 plus 1 per caster level, 8, 11, 19.
I was gonna say Cure Light Wounds has a limit though. It can't go all the way up.
It's 5, so 13.
All right, so Sin gets 13 hit points back, but he didn't wake up.
I'm at 74, maybe 80 if it's been enough time to.
I mean, heal a bunch of points. Yeah, it's been a bunch of points. It's been like
Yeah.
I was gonna say you'll definitely be fully healed in the span
Okay.
of a few minutes. I'd say
What
by the
does-
time that you were waiting for Wanda to return, you could have been fully healed up.
Okay.
Yeah, so you didn't have to use your spell. Hold on.
True.
The last one. The last cure lesser restoration.
What is the restoration? What is that? Like a D8?
It's 1d4. So in theory, if you roll well with 3 of them or 4 of them, you can get up to 16 ability points healed, but you have to roll well for each one.
Well, that's 3.
All right. So you get 3 taken off from what ability damage you want. You can choose.
I will take it off my strength. That way I can be at least a 13.
Yeah, but I gave you 2 of those, Ruin.
Oh, okay. Well, that's 3 and 4. So 7. So I am -2 now in my strength.
That is true.
So it's 17 now at my strength.
That is correct. All right, so good stuff for you all. Excellent times. Y'all pulled that out way better than I thought, especially working together well to take down Tempest. That worked out pretty good.
Fuck his blade. It's like,
Yeah, his ability to hit with it is something stupidly ridiculous. Shocked he got that natural 1, though. I thought for sure it was going to pop off.
well, Wanda's lucky. He's like, oh, the night one's for me. All right, cool. That's legit. So what are the scenes? I'm curious.
Yes, to the after credit scenes. For the first and foremost one, as Asmodeus steps through the portal back into his throne room, which looks all deranged and destroyed. You see him kind of give a sigh and kind of glow for a moment as the room seems to revert back to its former self. Sconces relight itself, the banners relight, and everything is set. And taking his left hand, he crushes the amulet, which releases Tempest painfully. And as he's laying there, kind of standing up slowly, he's grabbed around the neck by Asmodeus, who lifts him off the ground and says, "And now we can begin the rest of your eternity of punishment and pain. And I've got some new tricks that I am excited to show you." As he slams him into the ground with the audible cracking of one of his shoulders, and oh, no, don't go unconscious now. We have much more to discuss, my son, as he throws him, who then slams through his throne, shattering it, and back into the back wall. And before he can hit the ground, he grabs him again and slams him another time. And as his hand begins to heat up and you hear a singeing of flesh, he just begins to laugh and says, "This is going to be interesting." As he hears the voice of a woman say, "Oh, Father, you've returned," as Diamond Lace walks back in to the throne room. "I was going to clean up, but it seems you've already done so." "Yes, and your brother is home." Good times. No, she looks perfectly fine.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that's
she was.
It
When a
looks
devil
exactly
or
the same.
demon is killed in the prime material plane, they're just sent back to the layer of hell they came from.
Oh,
Kind of like the Daedric from
Mhm.
The Elder Scrolls series.
Yeah.
They only exist physically here, but you destroy their physical form, not their actual being back in hell.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
You have
makes
to
sense.
destroy their soul in the plane of hell to destroy them fully.
Yeah, so we'd have to go to hell, kill the bitch, so she stay dead.
Facts. He
about
said,
you.
and he kind of looks and says, your resurrection came back quickly this time. Well, they were prepared as you told me that I had to die to him, which was painful to say the least. Are you complaining about what I've told you to do? Of course not, Father. And she bows her head immediately. Good. I would hate to have to spend my time punishing you equally as much as this one, as he ragdolls Tempest again. But for now, I'll just let you resurrect, as I have other plans to put into motion. And with a sounding snap, he cracks his neck and drops Tempest's lifeless body to the ground. Which is interesting. I know. And that whole thing about demons would be a thing, so in theory, he just killed Tempest. Or did he?
So that's freaking confusing, okay?
It is, but Tempest is a little bit different than the rest of them.
He's in a different circle of hell. That's why he's able to get killed and come back.
Mm-hmm.
He's a part of Asmodeus. It's kind of just like, cutting off a couple layers of flesh. It will grow back eventually.
Very much so.
Like
So
Jesus is God, but not God. Like that? Is that what you
Yes.
mean by he's part of Asmodeus?
That's a good way to
Yes.
think about it. God himself and then Jesus Christ. Literally, this is a part of him, and he'll come back because he literally created him, unlike most of the others who just came to serve him.
Okay, what if we killed Asmodeus? Would that also kill Tempest?
Who knows?
You don't know.
So we won't know until we do it.
Facts.
Probably, but it would also be kind of a mercy killing, because I believe at that point in time, with as much torture as he's about to suffer for the next while, I don't think Tempest wants to be alive.
With that being said, to the second scene, as the capital is under attack, many people in different places have been fighting off to do what they can to save people. One large group of people have been actually ushering people into the temple district, as the actual barrier itself that's being put up is generating originally from the Temple of Sarenrae, as Mother Matron Hart has been maintaining it now for quite some time, fatiguing herself, but has been able to maintain it now for going on 10 hours straight. But as it sits there, as she is solely focused on that, technically the temple is now under the charge of her daughter Triss, who, being young and only 8 years old, is still able to command a massive amount of power and is ordering others around to do what needs to be done. Helping others around and running the temple as well as can be, as a woman steps out of the shadows and she kind of stutters and says, "Oh, you always scare me, Auntie. Auntie Perkoff, what are you doing here?" Well, if there's any place to be, my little angel, this would be the place to be safe. Where's your mother? She's maintaining the barrier. Still? She hasn't let someone else take over for her? She said that it was important. Gods, that woman is going to kill herself one of these days. As she goes and walks off into the temple where she's looking for Mother Matron Hart, as an old associate has stepped in to make sure that everything's okay. And for our last after credit scene, all the way in the northern part, in the northern graveyard, underneath the Sindal crypt into the citadel itself, standing in front of the well-preserved and amber-kept body of Celine Sindal, Selena Jade...
Celine? There you go.
Sia, not Celine. Of Sia Sindal, Sabrina Jade raises a piece of amber up to the amber, and almost like water, Sia's body begins to fall down until she grabs it and pulls it down, and laying it out on the ground on top of a white cloth that she's prepared with different candles inside of a large arcane circle. She begins to chant a spell to slowly begin to gather more magical power. Unsure of how long this could take, but knowing that this is the best chance that she will ever have. And over the span of a few hours of the ritual, suddenly Sia's eyes glow wide open as she takes a deep breath. And as Sabrina kind of wipes her forehead and kind of sits up on one knee and says, "Hello, Miss Sindel. It's a pleasure to meet you again. I went to school with your son. My name is Sabrina. I have some questions." And that's where we'll close that scene.
Oh shit.
Hey,
Sabrina Jade had plans.
Celine, nobody was there but Sabrina and Sia.
Sia.
Everybody was out fighting.
Sprada mobilized all of Tenebris to go out and save as many citizens as possible, so the entire compound is empty.
Holy shit. She brought her to life?
She did something.
She did something. Okay. Alright then.
I just feel like everything Talu did was for Jack and shit.
Aww.
Not completely. I was going to say for Avarice it was, because Avarice isn't the religious type at all. So anything religious based that doesn't have some type of tangible, immediate result, she ain't trying to hear that shit.
Well, I mean, I got what I needed. I got a safe escort there, but
That's also
it's just
true.
the idea that like even if somehow he does contact one of the gods, it doesn't even matter at this point because
Oh, Asmodeus is gone. The devils and stuff are still there. They didn't leave with him because they didn't come with him.
Yeah, so you just gotta kill them all.
The opposite of Pokemon.
We're closed?
So the portal's closed, so demons stop coming through and devils stop appearing. But there still has to deal with all the ones that are there.
Ooh, I wonder if as the one final effort to be useful, Talu could kind of kill whatever devils are outside the barrier.
You could, though. I mean, it depends on how many you killed, but there's quite a few still flying around. And the sounds and screams of battle are still going around, but, I mean, that's what adventurers do, is deal with the worst. As history will try to remember and try to forget the first and only Winter's Crest Festival, known as the Day of the Devils.
Yeah, it's gonna be amazing. It still isn't over.
Did y'all think they just all would disappear when Asmodeus left? No!
Hell no, but I'm still saying this is the best
I mean,
birthday
kinda.
Ruin's ever had.
Nah, man. We just put the oil fire out. The oil that's already made it out is fucked.
Very true. But Asmodeus did keep his word to you all. He got his hands on Tempest, which is what he was wanting.
Boy, Ruin's just like, man, all birthdays are like this. I prefer it to just stay once every 10 years.
Best and worst birthday ever all at once.
Yeah, I'm gonna say every 18 years I'm expecting shit to go down now.
Alright, cool. So I can cancel the zombie invasion for your next birthday? Sweet.
Yeah, you gotta wait till 18 years before shit goes down again.
I don't know.
That's a goddamn shame. But on the bright side, it worked out. And I mean, for the most part, while these creatures will be devastating and the death toll is still going to rise, there are people out there that's been out there doing the good work and clearing things out and making things happen.
Well, I mean, worst case scenario, the shield falls in around the temple district. At least Talu's there to protect them.
Also true. They also do have a lot of clerics and such there, so it might be the last place a devil should take his dumb ass to go.
But I mean, are they really the brightest things?
I mean, they technically tend to be fairly smart. Some just tend to make dumb decisions, which is why there's only a few that were by the barrier, but that's why it was a fairly uneventful trip, because most of them were like, okay, we're leaving this place the fuck alone. We're going somewhere else. Most went out towards the northwest because that was where a lot of the residential districts could be. And there was a lot of people out there to take their pickings from. A lot of souls to gather. but they ran into other situations out that way, so it wasn't as easy as they thought.
I need to make an. Oh, I need to find my book again. I said I need to make a mental note of that spell. That way, I can either talk to Headmaster about it or try to learn it. Learn it to the point of it not necessarily exhausting the shell of Talu if he ever uses it again.
Would be nice. But yeah, y'all pulled that off fairly well, got things done and situated, and you survived. Which in the end, that's all you can really do sometimes.
Maybe. I don't know yet.
All right, Mr. Unconscious.
Jury's still out currently.
I mean, unconscious isn't the same as dead, per se, so I mean, you got a chance. And at the end of the day, all you can really ask for is to have a chance.
Yeah. I think this is the moment where, like, Sin had that moment where he no longer fears death, especially because even if it's just my death, if it gets Asmodeus to go away and helps her, I'm okay with that.
I mean, I can understand that. Having a nice little time to do what you can, make things work. But on the bright side, you survived. So now you get the chance to clear things up, figure out what was going on, how this all happened, and move into the next phase of everything and try to get things a little bit easier overall for y'all.
Yeah, ability damage and all. Let's go. We got this shit.
Hey, look, a little ability damage never hurt forever, unless it's permanent. It'll be fine. It's not like y'all made Asmodeus mad. He had a deal and y'all tried to change his deal. He didn't like it.
I ain't trying to change shit.
Hey, you know what? Guilty by association.
Fuck.
I mean, that's another good thing that Talu wasn't there for that because, like, Talu's just very adamant of, I'm gonna kill this bitch.
Oh, yeah. You'd have definitely felt some way because he'd have definitely did it to mess you up as much as possible and just make you mad. He would have had no chill about it with you.
I mean, Talu did what he said for that exact reason. For the same reason backwards. You know, he looked him dead in the eye like, okay, betrayer god.
Exactly. It's like, oh, we talking shit. Okay. All right. Well, with that being said, as always, thank everybody who came through. Thank all of you for coming out and showing us love and hanging out with us, because you could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with us, so I appreciate you for that. And we'll catch you out here throughout the week with other new stuff, because we do got the new game Wulong to play, and I need to show all of my greatness and all of my blackness glory, because they created a game that lets me make a black person look like an actual black person and not some type of character from a damn demonic nightmare. So,
oh man, I love that game. I've already gotten so far into it. I've been played it like for a whole day.
Hey, you know what? Fuck y'all.
You could just suck a nut, all right, man. I said it.
I can't play it yet.
Yet being the key word. So with that, we will catch you all later. Before I forget, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch somebody by the toe. I know what I want to do. We're going to have a raid. We're going to go say hi to Riri, because I love Riri, even though she's a West Coast streamer and it's up too late for me most of the times. I don't pay attention to go to sleep, so it'll be fine. We'll catch you all here next week for part 5 of the Winter Crest Festival as we try to bring this arc to a close. Later.
All right. Well, as he said, thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Much
And
love.
I took that as an opportunity to
Take
be
care.
like,
Stay blessed. Much love.
oh,
And
but